Get industry ready. Get future ready.
It's having someone to support you, encourage you, and inspire you. That's mentorship done right. It's modern, industry standard kit.
Building skills.
Building confidence. That's facilities done right.
It's being relevant, having access, connections, and getting real experience. That's industry placements done right.
It's being inspired, given perspective and insight, and gaining a competitive edge. That's industry connections done right.
It's knowledge building, it's collaboration, it's practice, practice, practice. That's learning done right.
Get future ready. UWE Bristol, choose to do university right.
Hey, so I'm James and I am the boss at ShipTheory.
So we are a global shipping software. We essentially help brands of all sizes ship across globally, from sort of DIY homeware brands to fashion brands. Because we're a Bristol-based company, we like to give back to the community, and we have quite a few very avid, keen squash players here at ShipTheory.
Me and Mike have always played loads of sports, and we didn't get those opportunities when we were kids, so it's really cool to be involved in sports at the grassroots level and try and build something up.
We've got access to go and watch them play, meet the players, meet the coaches. It's just nice to be part of something local where we grew up. Seeing like world-class players wearing our logo is just a really cool thing. Like, there's obviously brand awareness, but it's just an awesome thing to be part of.
It's been amazing exposure for us. We've got a lot of Bristol-based brands, like the breweries and coffee companies, and a range of them that already use ShipTheory that have actually come to us and started using ShipTheory off the back of this sponsorship. But also because of the athletes, it means that we've had new business come to us through those channels, which has just been incredible, you know?
Alright, so I'm Ryan Robinson. I'm from Vienna, Virginia originally. I'm getting my master's in business psychology here at UWE.
There's two different types of modules. You have the core modules, and this gives you the essential skills you need to be a business psychologist. So in this we look at business psychology essentials. We look at lots of different topics from a psychological point of view. There's researching organisations, where we look at how we conduct psychology research in organisations. Business basics, which is understanding the business context in which we work as psychologists. And there's the dissertation module, where you work one-to-one with a supervisor to develop and deliver research projects and write that up.
I had a background in business through my undergrad. And I had taken a few courses about psychology, and I always found it really interesting. So I thought that the pairing between business and psychology was fascinating to me and was really appealing.
Inside the shout, Robinson open straight check,
The opportunity to play sport. On top of that, the university here is beautiful. The business school is brand new. Bristol itself is a vibrant city, so those were my main reasons. My experience has been very good so far. I've had the chance to connect with some classmates, do some study sessions and things like that. It definitely took a small adjustment period for me. I think in the States there was someone with me a lot more. Out here it's kind of more on my own, which is good. There's a lot of readings, which is definitely a difference, but overall it's been good.
So it's a blended learning approach. So there's a combination of face-to-face elements. So these include day-long workshops and also online elements. In a lot of the modules there'll be weekly online lectures which are pre-recorded and you can watch and engage with at any time you wish during the week. And there's core readings and some online activities for you to do as well.
Because it's a lot of self-study, I have a lot of time to get into the gym by myself, prepare for practice. I haven't found it too difficult to juggle the two. Getting a master's in business psychology opens up routes like consulting-based and HR management roles.
do get in touch. I'm very happy to kind of meet up online, or if you have an email conversation, you've got any questions, do consider it. Also look at the Association for Business Psychology website, which will tell you a little bit more about business psychology as a discipline. But yeah, get in touch. We'd love to hear from you.
Come on.
Yay, well done.
How's it going? My name is Jadrian Clark. I'm originally from Lakeland, Florida.
The MVP trophy of the European League of Football Championship game.
Jadrian, it's your trophy.
Been playing for the UWE Bullets for the 2023 and 24 season, current MVP and winning champion of the BUCS League. Dan Mayer, the head coach, reached out to me all the way back in 2019, and I came over to Bristol when Hillside facility here was just finished being built, and ran a camp for the guys here. And then ever since then, Coach Dan is just checking in with me regularly as I was playing professionally in Germany. And every year we just sort of talked about maybe possibly getting me to come over to do my master's, and this past season we finally were able to make it happen. Yeah, so the NBA is something that I had always dreamed of achieving one day, and the university here has a great program. I obviously have a passion for football, but also entrepreneurship, and I've learned a ton being in an NBA program. So the marketing system is different. The teaching style is a little bit different. It's a really cool system. They got great resources here at the university to support you in your academic endeavors, and it's great. Yeah, I think that's been one of the highlights, is being around so many people that are so passionate about the game, even though we're in a foreign country to the game. Coach Dan obviously was a good player back in the day, and now has done an unbelievable job building up this program. Coach Frankie, a former offensive lineman that played professionally as well, and does a great job of building camaraderie with the guys, and makes it fun. Even some of our, volunteer coaches, sort of like Coach Ramon, an American guy that came over that now lives in Bristol. Yeah, it's been a really awesome time to be around guys that are passionate about the game, and they do it for the love and fun of it. Man, there's so many. That's a tough one. Obviously, I'm half Irish, with my dad being from Ireland, and we got a guy on the team who's from Ireland as well. Had sort of been a career backup here for a couple of years at the university. Been playing DB, moved over to receiver, and I really, started growing to like the guy. His name's Max, and in a game, where he hadn't got much playing time, we brought him in, and we ran a little double move, and he scored his first touchdown ever of his career. He'd never even scored one in practice, so it was just cool to see a guy like that keep constantly working hard, being positive, and bringing so much enthusiasm to the team to finally get that payoff and reward of a touchdown. It's just, man, it's awesome. That's what football's all about. Yeah, it's awesome. We were a really close-knit group of guys this season. The bus rides are fun, hanging out at the dorms, going to classes together. It's really cool, kind of getting that American and British camaraderie. I think kind of the turning point for us was early on in the season we had a couple bye weeks, and that is something that Coach Dan and Frankie and Coach T encouraged us to use our bye weeks to go and travel and go and see as much of the world as possible. So we hopped on Google Flights and just looked up where was a cheap place to go. We found 50-pound flights to Tenerife. It's in a Spanish island, somewhere warm, so we wanted to go down there and enjoy the beach. So I think about 10 of us went down there, and man, it was one of the coolest experiences of my life. We're swimming in nice water, going to beaches, having great meals, and we just became a really close group after that. Unbelievable. Obviously in the university system over here, it's not quite the same as the American university system, but UWE does a great job of trying to make it as close and as replicated as close as possible. We have our own private gym for the performance athletes. We have a nutritionist, as you said. We have a strength and conditioning coordinator. We got a great media team, and we also have Emily, who for me was invaluable. I came into the season with a little bit of an injury from previously playing in Germany, as I was saying earlier, and she did an unbelievable job of supporting me throughout the season and giving me different therapies and different sessions to heal me up to close to 100% now. I think there's unbelievable opportunity here, because when you come play at UWE, especially in this second half of the season, we're the only place in the world still playing American football. So I think a lot of the teams in Europe sort of tune in and put their eyes on us, and kind of see which players could be stand-up players for them come the summer after our season. 2 of my receivers here went on to get professional contracts, and I think a few other guys might end up still getting signed. Bristol is very underrated. It's a city that I didn't know much about until I got here. Obviously you hear about London, Manchester, maybe Liverpool as an American, but I think Bristol's a hidden gem. It's got a lot going for it. It's got a good economy. It's got great food. It's got a great downtown area, great nightlife. So there's a ton to do here, and it's an awesome place to live. Yeah, take the leap. I mean, it's going to change your life forever. You're going to walk away with a master's degree, a postgraduate degree, which is going to set you up for success later on in life, while at the same time giving you an opportunity to continue playing the game that you love, and maybe potentially parlay that into a professional contract. So there's really no negatives. There's a ton of support staff to help you figure out a way to make it happen, and yeah, go for it.
Hello and welcome to a sunny Hillside Gardens where we have the National BUCS semi-finals in the Premier League of the University of American Football. Today we have the home side, the UWE Bullets, facing off against the Nottingham Gold. Now this will be the third time that these two teams have met this season. The first one going to the Gold 27-26 and the second fixture meeting went to the UWE Bullets 26-0. Notable in that game was the injury to quarterback Knopp for the Nottingham students, so they will have one of their green quarterbacks start today in Johnny Elliott. I am Chris Green as ever, aka Greener, and I am joined by, thank the Lord, my co-commentator Craig McLeod. Craig, it's the first time I've had you this season, so it's great to have you back.
I know our schedules have been messing us around, but here we are. The sun's out, adding a few extra degrees to this already heated rivalry, as if it needed anything more. This should be a good one. One each in the regular season, but now is when it really counts.
UWE
Win today,
will receive the opening kickoff.
Get your ticket to the national final.
Yeah, that's it. Everything is on the line today. Whoever loses is going home and will not take no further part in the competition this year. The other semi-final, we have got the Durham Saints and the Loughborough Students. Those two teams facing off against each other. I think they're playing tomorrow. And that will be decider of who is playing the winner of this one in the National Premiership Final on the 24th of March.
Yeah, it's all come to a head quite quickly. The season sometimes feels quite long when there's fewer games than players might be used to, but now we're ramping right up to an exciting climax. Will the Bullets be able to punch their ticket to yet another national final? These two teams usually meeting in the national final. Little bit of extra mustard on this one.
So teams just about ready to get ready for kickoff, and it looks like the UWE Bullets will receive this first kickoff.
Yeah, we are just getting ready for this one. Obviously, Bullets than they have previously. Noted special teams coordinator Anthony Thursman did let me know that he, although he is absent today, he hopes to see this opening kickoff go to the house.
In the group chat before. Franklin Jr. and Josh Brees, number 7. Apologies for the audio technical difficulties. CheersMate, our stream host, will be sorting that out ASAP. Hopefully we stay with you, and the opening kickoff is a short one to the right hand side. It is going to be fielded not by one of the return men, but he's up that left hand side, that UWE sideline. He makes good ground, and the Bullets are going to have great field position to start their first drive.
Yeah, that's always the risk when you kick it short. I think they must have been eavesdropping in. We are on the Nott sideline, must have heard the target of taking it to the house, not taking any risks on that one. This Nottingham defence has been very strong against this UWE offence in both meetings this year, and just having the trust that they'll be able to hold them despite this good field position. UWE starting at around the 41-yard line.
Yeah, this Nottingham defence are a solid unit. Restricted UWE to both 26 points in both of their meetings so far. So UWE will look to go one better today. Trips to the bottom of the screen, up top, and it is a run play to start proceedings. Makes a few tacklers miss in the backfield.
He's on the way. He's managed to bounce. He's still on his feet. He looks like he's gone out of bounds now.
Yeah, number 2, Keon Smart there on the carry. Just goes out of bounds, but a great first down run for the Bullets.
Yeah, and we'll just see in this replay here, just good penetration from the Nottingham defensive front there, just making him stutter quite a bit, but able to find the gaps, making his way to the outside, taking it for a really healthy gain deep into Nott's territory.
UWE now in the spread formation, motion by Smart from Gretzinger. He looks to pass this time, and that is going to be incomplete. I think it was a defensive lineman that tipped that ball there. The intended receiver was Josh Brees, number 7, but little tip from the defensive lineman.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it from this angle, and then Brees got a tip on it as well. Tip drill going through. Very, very lucky for there to be nothing more major than just an incompletion for UWE there when the chaos occurs.
It's 2nd and 10 for the Bullets offense. Gretzinger in the shotgun. Red formation, giving his offensive lineman the calls. There's a handoff to Keon Smart, who is up the middle. And a really nice play by Keon Smart. Brought down by number 11 for the University of Nottingham, Jack Redhead.
Yeah, really good work there from the UWE offensive line, making Josh get to the 2nd level with ease, and then just, yeah, good tackle there to prevent there being any further gain. And that will be 3rd down for UWE.
Yeah, UWE going hurry up here, trying to draw them offside. It is 3rd and short. All the balls at the line from Gretzinger. He's in empty formation. Ready to receive this snap. He looks to pass.
Nothing available. And just sliding down to protect himself after he'd got enough for the first down on the scramble there from Gretzinger.
Yeah, really nice from Gretzinger, just taking what he can and also being safe as well, just sliding down with that knee, protecting himself and protecting his team from any type of big hit from this Nottingham defence.
Yeah, and as we see in the replay there, really good protection from UWE there, letting Ethan step up in the pocket and find enough for the first down.
Here's another pass. His intended man was Wimmer, but just a little bit out in front of Quinton Wimmer there from Gretzinger. 2nd and 10 upcoming.
Yeah, very rare misstep between the two of them. They have been on point all season. Gretzinger going to Wimmer when he's needed to, and some spectacular catches en route to this semi-final so far this season.
Yeah, well, the last time these two teams met, it was across the M32, over the road at Shaftesbury Park, and there was a ridiculous catch by Wimmer. He was horizontal just off the ground. And we got a jet sweep from UWE, cuts up the middle. This gets brought down, gain of about 8 yards. Bring it up 3rd and 3.
Yeah, not enough for the first down there, but good decision to cut that back up in the middle. Finding the space, just leaving a pile of yellow bodies on his way for a big gain.
3rd and short now for the Bullets. It is another motion, but this time it is a counter up the middle by Keon Smart, and it looks like he's going to have enough for the first down and some, as he pulls bodies down towards inside the 10-yard line, where UWE are going to have a 1st and goal upcoming.
Yeah, really strong run in here from Keon. Good play design, just widening the defense and just making his way for a massive gap and keeping those legs going, making sure that first man wasn't able to wrap up, tackle, making, like you say, about 10 yards.
Yeah, so UWE now 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Here's a play action, screen pass out to Wimmer. Tries to make a man miss, but that is great tackling from the goal defense. It's that man again, Redhead number 11, with a strong tackle.
Yeah, Redhead did a fantastic job here of just not biting on this at all. We'll see he's already in Wimmer's face when the pass is completed, just keeps his feet moving, gets himself low, doesn't allow Wimmer to make any moves until more Nottingham gold bodies show up and cause that tackle for a loss.
Again, the tackling from this goal defense has been stout all season. It's something that we've seen as a strength for them, and showing it here early on in this game as Gretzinger as a play action pass. Tries to find Jamard Clark over the middle, but incomplete. 3rd and goal.
Yeah, a little bit low on the pass there. Good trajectory, like really fired it out, but just a bit low, unable to make the catch. Had to get it out quickly as he's starting to feel some pressure from the defensive front, but yeah, just a little bit low. He did have the man open.
Yeah, and you've got to think with UWE, they don't tend to kick field goals, so it's probably going to be 2 down territory right here, unless they can score on this down. Gretzinger again, back to pass in the pocket. He's got a good pocket this time, looking for Wimmer. Tries to bring it down with a spectacular catch, but just a little bit too high. He's going to bring up 4th down, Craig.
Yeah, Ethan did a really good job here of trying to put it somewhere where only his player could make a play on the ball. Unfortunately, that meant it was just a bit too high. You see number 40 for Nottingham keeping good pursuit there and forcing that ball to be thrown a little bit too high. And that is Jalen Todd, number 40, on the coverage.
Yeah, he was a standout in the last game as well for me, Jalen Todd. Real strong defender as Gretzinger rolling to left under pressure, and he's going to get sacked. And down he goes. And what an opening start from the Nottingham Gold. And Gretzinger looks a little bit ginger on the ground. And for UWE, their hearts have got to be in their mouths here. That's their starting quarterback.
Yeah, there was, we might see here on the replay, the tackle coming through, the defender doing what he could, pulling him down. And yeah, just the angle of the tackle coming through, Ethan trying to get away, being brought down from the back has led to him feeling that one. And as you say, everybody on the UWE team, hearts in their mouths right now, hoping Ethan's going to be okay.
Yeah, you can see lots of players showing their concern right now for their starting quarterback, Gretzinger. Looks like he was grasping at that knee.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah, and he just got taken from behind.
He's able to get up, and he's walking off. So he'll take some time off as the physios look at him.
Yeah, sometimes with those types of injuries, you get twisted down, and the initial reaction is like, "Oh, I've really hurt myself here." But when that shock kind of wears off, you know, it doesn't necessarily be as bad. And the replay upcoming now, Craig, talk us through it.
Yeah, you see, he's just getting brought down from behind, just twisted. Obviously, the momentum of the Notts player coming over. Ethan, like that, big body twisting the smaller man down, and yeah, he's definitely going to be feeling that. We'll see if he was able to walk off due to adrenaline or whether he'll be back on the field soon. Notts have the ball starting at about the 15. It's hard to tell from here.
Yeah, big swarming play by the UWE defence there. They're going to go backwards slightly. The Nottingham goal with a run play first. Quarterback is number 5, Johnny Elliott, who I've been told has been playing half the games, I think, for the Nottingham Green this season, so he's split time with the other quarterback.
Yeah, so what
It's actually number 15 that's starting quarterback, sorry, not number 5. So number 15 was the guy who came in, Spencer Burkill, the last game.
Yeah, and we'll see how he does with knowing that he's going to be playing in this match. Really good run up the middle there, making about 4 yards, I would say. Bringing up 3rd and 6 for Nottingham Gold here.
Yeah, Babs Falloud on the carry. He was one of the standouts for the Nottingham Gold defence in the last meeting of these two teams. Real strong runner up the middle, and a really nice start for him today on his 2nd carry.
Yeah, and he's probably feeling, you know, a lot of this is going to have to be on his back. You know, you got your backup QB in here.
Yeah, look at this. We've got some old school I formation here. But UWE defence this time, again, penetration to the backfield. And really nice tackle.
Yeah, UWE doing a fantastic job there, getting through. I-form, not something we've really seen much from any team really this year. Going under centre, we did see Notts preparing some plays for this, and UWE obviously prepared for any scenario, did a really good job causing the tackle for a loss. That will bring up 4th down. Nottingham will be punting it back to UWE.
Yeah, and maybe it's part of that game plan there, is they know they've got Knott, who was their starting quarterback, the American scholar, who is not here today. He injured himself in the last game. So maybe trying to just get the run game going a bit more today. We see Josh Brees running up that left-hand sideline.
Yeah, he's
and
got
there he
too
goes.
much
He makes a
momentum.
man miss and skips. And, oh, he is just brought down inside the 5-yard line. I can't see any laundry on the field.
Yeah, there's some up by the midfield.
Oh, yeah, 1 flag at the 50. I missed that one.
So it might be something, somebody going off the field. Not seen any. See what the refs have to say. This will be the first time we hear from our refs today.
Yeah, so it's going to be against the return team of UWE, so they're going to come back.
UWE lining up for first down here after the penalty, going to the air. It is Ethan, so it's good to see him back on the field, running for his life here. Looks downfield, makes a fantastic throw. It is Wimmer on the catch. He makes 2 people miss. He's still on his feet. Great tackle from the safety, number 24 for Notts.
Yeah, just saved the touchdown there.
And that was Dan Schofield.
Yeah, really nice touchdown saving tackle there, but what a grab by Wimmer. You see him just shake off the defenders, makes a man miss, but strong tackling from Schofield to stop the touchdown. But what a play by Quinton Wimmer. He had no business catching that ball.
No, and that was a good job by UWE as they get back to the field, going to the air one more time. The ball hits the ground. And yeah, after such a big play on the punt return, being brought down for a penalty, heads can start to drop. They made sure that wasn't the case by coming up with a big play on offense.
Yeah, it's exactly what the UWE offense needed after a penalty. You know, if you can get a game-breaking kind of play where you get a big splash play, it just does so much for your momentum.
Yeah, absolutely, and you've got to start thinking about how the other team react to these things as well. Are they going to start overcommitting to stop these big plays from happening, leaving gaps in the defense and other areas?
Yeah, so Gretzinger hands this one off. Nice solid run up the middle, but swarming defense by Gold to stop it any further. It's going to be about 5 yards on first down.
Yeah, and as we see this again, really good run play, but good job here from number 99. He doesn't necessarily make the tackle, but he does do enough to cause a little stutter, letting everybody else get there. That is Deck Hutchinson, number 99, with the penetration on that play.
Yeah, Gretzinger with Smart in the backfield with him, trips to the top of the screen. And it is a running back screen, and it's a nice play by Smart. Makes a man miss, Redhead's left. And is he in for the touchdown? Yes, he is. Touchdown, UWE Bullets. They are the first on the scoreboard today. And what a run after catch by Keon Smart, number 2 for the UWE Bullets, as they open up the score.
Yeah, really good play. I was kind of worried that they'd thrown it right in, like the defenders seemed to be doing a good job of covering that. But going to it anyway, good blocking leading to that. You see the sea of red downfield, good cut, inside back to outside, making his way to the pylon. And he's in for 6.
Yeah, it's just great vision from Keon Smart there. Be able to do the business after the catch. And UWE, as always, going for 2 points. It is a jet sweep to Jamard Clark.
He's got space.
He's got the edge, and he is...
There's a flag.
Flag, yeah. Could be a hold, could be coming back. We'll check the referee.
Yeah, going back to that touchdown quickly before we, once we hear from the white hat today.
Holding. Offense number 2. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Replay the try down.
Yeah, holding called by Ewan Patterson there, our white hat today. So UWE are going to go back 10 yards and retry this extra 2-point play.
Yeah, a little bit more difficult now. But I was going to say just before the penalty flag was flown, Keon has played fantastically all season. This running back room for UWE is like an asset, and you see it every single time. It doesn't matter who's back there. You have to have enough players in the box. Yeah, and Ethan just slightly off on his throws today. He did have a man in the corner. Hard to tell from here who it is, number 14.
Yeah, Jamard Clark, the receiver there, the intended receiver.
Who got the, yeah.
He was the man who was on the jet sweep that got called back. So, yeah, I mean, I like what you said there about the running back room for the UWE Bullets. I mean, Josh Brees is, on paper, a running back, and he's out there playing receiver, so it just goes to show how deep they are at running back. The fact that you can put a man like Josh Brees out there at receiver and still have an impact on the game, and then Keon Smart running like he has been doing all season.
Yeah, it's been really impressive to see. Like, you can tell that there's a family mentality here throughout the whole team and the individual rooms as well. Just really hoping to see everybody do well as we get ready for the kickoff after the first score today. After that touchdown, it is 6-0 to the UWE Bullets.
Josh Gill ready to kick this one away. His only duty on this team is to do kickoffs. I think they might have kicked 1 extra point this season, just to change things up a little bit, keep you guessing.
No, it's nice that UWE have such a full team that they can dedicate someone to just kicking the ball off. And that will be a bit of a bouncer. It is going to be returnable, though. Making his way to the outside. Good tackle.
Yeah, good return by Daniel Pedro, number 17, one of their star receivers for the Gold.
Yeah, he is dangerous with the ball in his hands, Pedro. Was looking to find some space, but yeah, the UWE special teams managed to pursue, hold him to his minimal gain there, and we'll be starting around the 25-yard line.
Yeah, so the Spencer Burkill-led University of Nottingham Gold offense in that I formation again. Twins to his right, one receiver to the left. And it is another run play, and what a play!
Wow.
And that is Loxley Jr. right there with the big play, number 10. Loxley Burt Jr. What a player he's been so far, making a big impact early on in this one, Craig.
Yeah, I mean, the penetration on that play was incredible. Even with I formation, you put an extra blocker in the backfield, and he was still making the tackle as the handoff was occurring.
And so they're going to lose yardage on that play.
He lost a lot of yards there. Lost about 4 yards on the play. Going to the air this time. Has a man.
That is a great catch by Pedro, but just ruled out of bounds by that official on the sideline. I think that's senior man Keith Wickham out there making the call. He had a great line to the ball, so definitely in the best view. The replay coming up now.
Yeah, the player's not arguing it too much. And yeah, it looks like he just left his feet to make the extension, to make the grab there. But like you say, very good grab. Good throw on the run there as well by Nottingham.
Yeah, really nice throw from Burkill. Just missed him a fraction too late. I think if he'd have let that go a little bit earlier, it probably would have been in bounds, but great catch from Pedro nevertheless.
Yeah, and those are the plays you want to start seeing out of that I formation. UWE, and the ball's on the floor. The ball's still on the floor.
And there is a dog pile, and I do not know who is on the bottom of that one. UWE pointing their way, Nottingham pointing their way, of course, as always.
To the shock of nobody.
And UWE get the ball, referees signalling to UWE's direction, and that is not what you want from a goal perspective. Really putting themselves in a hole here early, gifting UWE field position.
Yeah, good work from UWE to recover this. We see it's on the snap. And there's 3 UWE bodies around that immediately. So probably maybe a bit of miscommunication alongside the bad snap. Didn't look like anybody on the offensive line was ready to start blocking there.
Yeah, probably just a miscommunication. Maybe the centre snapped it before the quarterback and the players are ready. You know, that does happen. It happens in the NFL as well.
Exactly.
You see a quarterback there making calls and the snap just goes over his head. This time it went on the ground, and lots of players there waiting to recover that fumble. Gretzinger now, it's like a quarterback draw. And he is tackled straight away by this Nottingham defence.
Yeah, the door shut on that play immediately for a small loss. It'll be 2nd and 11 here for UWE.
Yeah, Joe Buck there at number 6 on the tackle for loss. I mean, would you record that as a sack or a tackle for loss? It looked like he was running, didn't it? So one of those grey areas, isn't it?
As a defensive line, if I made the play, I'd want the sack.
Yeah, Gretzinger with the screen out wide. He's got his man, and it's a nice play. You like a nice tunnel screen. And the man there, the intended receiver, the receiver there was Sam East.
Yeah, I think he'll be short of the first down mark, but that was a really good play. That was nice. Very quick play from UWE as well. We'll see here, we're like looking at the athleticism. As the ball's coming across, you can see there are Nottingham players there, but just the absolute speed and athleticism. Able to make about 10 yards on that. Not enough for the first.
Yeah, again, UWE go with this empty set. They've ran a lot of empty today. Obviously part of this game plan that see something they can exploit from the Nottingham defence. And Gretzinger making the calls at the line. Ready to get this one away. Takes the snap. Looks for a man. He's got Wimmer! Oh. Almost pulls up another circus catch. He looks a little bit hurt, but I think he's okay. Almost another spectacular grab from Quinton Wimmer.
Yeah, if he's not a little bit winded after falling 8 feet, after diving through the air.
I mean, look at this athleticism here where he gets up and almost pulls that one down. If there was a man you'd want under a ball like that, it would be Wimmer.
Yeah, just unfortunate, Ethan. Just a little bit off to start this game. Only a little bit. The plays are there. He's reading the defense really well. I wonder if maybe that knee's hurting him a little bit, so he's not able to plant in the same way that he would like to plant.
Yeah, potentially it's a play action. This time it's a screen out to Wimmer on the left, and he is a big man to bring down, but he is brought down by Jalen Todd and company with a nice positive gain and another first down for the UWE Bullets inside the 10, so it's going to be 1st and goal, UWE.
Yeah, absolutely fearless from UWE. We're looking at fourth and 2, 4th and 3, and we've already seen their run game is working today. Still going to the air, keeping this Notts defense honest, keeping them on their toes. And yeah, we're going to have 1st and goal here. It's going to be a big job here to stop from Nottingham to stop UWE from doubling the scoreline here.
Yeah, Gretzinger in the gun, back to pass, looks for a man, looks for his third option. He's got Sam East. And Sam East is in for the touchdown.
There we are. Great play from Sam East. Found the zone he was looking for, sat himself down. Ethan Red went through his progression and got the touchdown.
Yeah, it's hard for a quarterback sometimes as well to stay in the pocket and go through that read progression, but you can see Ethan here, he just sits in there nicely, finds Sam East in that gap of the zone of the Nottingham defence, and Sam East just falls into the end zone with 3 bodies all over him to get 6 points for his team.
Yeah, I mean, Ethan's not afraid to hang out in that pocket, and he does have a rocket for an arm, and I think that helps you hang out in the pocket for as long as possible, knowing that you can get the ball out instantly. Go into the air again here for the 2 points. He has a man out wide, little bit of space, and that will be 2 points.
I tell you what I like that the most from which player was number 3, Simon Olafo, and the reason being, he went to block the guy. If you see it on the replay here, number 3 goes to block the guy out wide, and he just kind of whiffs past him, makes a little bit of contact, but not enough to get a block in the back or a crackback claw. So really smart from him to get 2 points for UWE and not give up another penalty. Penalties have really been a key thing for this Bullets team this season. In the last time they met the goal, there was so many penalties, and the game before that against Durham as well, where they lost to Durham, so many penalties. So it's something that they really need to address and clean up. They've had a few early on, but nowhere near as many as they've had in previous games so far.
No, and it's you know, it's a talking point at all levels of the sport, any sport really. It's the penalties that can really put you on the back foot, really put you behind where you want to be on the field. And we have seen a couple of penalties today that have been costly, but they have been able to hold their head up, not let it get them down, and react positively.
Yeah, there usually is kind of a direct correlation with the amount of penalties conceded and outcomes of games. It really does affect the statistics. And I mean, we're telling you how to suck eggs here a little bit, but you've still got to be disciplined. It's such a skill to have, just to not commit penalties and just keep your mindset right. And Nottingham with Falud picks up a loose ball. It was just bumbling around. A great miss. Really, really nice run from Babs Falud on the return. Made a guy miss there, left him for dead. And really nice play. And Gold are going to get this ball right around their 30-yard line to start their next offensive drive.
Yeah, Nottingham has a couple of very good returners back there. It's dangerous regardless of who you kick it to. We have seen them do some trick plays on special teams as well. Not going for that today. I think the way UWE are kicking the ball is dictating that a little bit. It still doesn't make the returners any less dangerous.
No, it doesn't. They've got some athletes, this Gold team here. And one of their athletes is linebacker Jalen Todd, who is in the backfield now, lined up at running back.
Oh, yeah.
I got a feeling they're going to give him the ball here, and they do give him the rock, and he's running up that right-hand side, and why not? What a play from Jalen Todd, and Marlo Sean Jr. with a little bit of chirpiness after the play. Nice tackle by him, but really strong run from Todd.
Yeah, he found the gap. He just, as soon as he had the ball in his hands, he attacked the UWE defense, and we haven't seen that really from the Notts running game so far. So just a little bit of extra juice inserted into this offense. Let's see if they can make something else happen as they approach midfield.
I mean, let's be fair. When you give a linebacker a ball, what are they going to do? They're going to get north-south, aren't they? They're looking for contact.
They know what they don't want to face from a running back, and they're going to do it. As we see him in the backfield again.
Yeah, he's staying there in the backfield. No fullback in again. And Burkill ready for the snap. It is a counter play this time to the right. And Todd goes that way, but this time he is going to be stopped with minimal gain, but still a gain of about 3 yards.
Yeah, it's getting a bit chirpy in there.
Yeah.
We are seeing a flag.
Yeah, flag's flying, and rightly so. Obviously some afters there. We'll see if we can catch it on the replay if we get one, but lots of referees in the middle, players trying to calm each other down, and this is where that discipline comes into it. This is what we talked about penalties, and hopefully this one is not on the UWE from a UWE perspective, because as we said earlier just a minute ago, penalties have been their woes this season.
Well, and this is something we've seen from this Notts team whenever they've played UWE, is they've done a very good job of getting under the UWE skin, aggravating them, getting them to say things, getting them to react after the play. So we'll see who this penalty is on. I think something might have been said. I think the refs might have let it slide if it was just a bit of afters.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 63, offence. Their first of the game. Down counts, 15-yard penalty, second down.
Yeah, so that was on Nottingham Gold, number 63. And obviously too much after for James Hodgstratton. He was the man guilty of the penalty there, the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. He'll have to be careful now. He can't get 2 of those, otherwise it will be an ejection.
No, but we're just seeing some of the UWE players just talking with the refs, maybe still a bit too animated. He might have got the penalty there, but has he done the damage?
This is the thing as well. After a penalty like that, when it's gone a bit chirpy, you've got to have a short memory. You've got to be mature about it and just let it go and just make them pay within the whistles, because you don't want to get caught up in a battle of penalties. You don't want to get caught up in all that rubbish where you're just going tit for tat. You've got to try and stay focused and not get into that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, listen, this is a very physical game. These guys train extremely hard for this. This is a big moment, you know, a playoff final on the line here today. But to be honest, you don't need to scream in someone's face after you've drilled them for a 10-yard loss.
Yeah, I think the drilling them for a 10-yard loss is enough, right?
Leave it at that.
There we go again, Jalen Todd. There is a flag. That will either be offside or illegal formation, as it wasn't a pre-snap penalty. And again, whistles, lots of whistles coming in. Players still chirping away. And they're going to be a bit like that, aren't they, today, Craig? I mean, it's a national premier semi-final. They're battling to try and get to the ship. So it is going to be everything on the line. They know if they do not win today, whichever team doesn't win are going to
defense number 52.
Offside, yeah.
5-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
Yeah, usually with those penalties, you see the side judge there throwing the flag. It's either going to be illegal formation or offside, because they don't blow it dead. If it was a pre-snap penalty, it would be blown dead there. So.
And getting 5 of those penalty yards back.
Yeah, Todd stays in. Notice as well, they've got their defensive lineman, number 2. I don't have a name for him, unfortunately. He's in at tight end now as well, so they've got some big bodies out there.
Yeah, and they're in I formation. They're really looking to just, because he's made some people miss, keeping those legs pounding, still on his feet, but does go down eventually.
And again, it is that man, Marlow Shawn. On the tackle, I think. Was it Marlow Shawn? I couldn't quite see the man on the tackle. We'll have a look on the replay, see if you can see who that was. That was number 21. That was Josh East there on the tackle.
Yeah, it was a really good tackle. Drove him back. Did a really good job. Just seeing the refs run in afterwards, they are ready.
They need to be.
They are ready.
They need to be, and they probably had a briefing. You know, it's a national premier semi-final. There's gonna be a lot of emotion here, and we're seeing it early on in this first quarter. This time, Babs Falloud back in the backfield,
going to the air.
In the shotgun.
Finds his man, tackle made immediately.
Yeah, big hit there from the UWE defense, right on the UWE sideline as well.
Yeah, had 2 players making the tackle there. It's a good read, but too far behind the line, obviously. We're looking at 3rd down and over 15 there for Notts. It was always going to be difficult for them to make a first down. Getting back to the line of scrimmage, the initial line of scrimmage, did a good job of getting 15 yards back, but it is going to be a punt here for Nottingham, hoping to pin UWE deep in their own territory on this one. And it's blocked! The punt is blocked!
It's your favourite play in football,
It's the best
Craig.
play in football.
Your favourite play,
the best play in
block.
football. I've been hoping, I've not wanted to jinx it, but
yeah,
I did need to. Yeah, there's yellow on the field. Maybe in the position of...
illegal formation. Defense lined up over the snapper.
Yeah.
5-yard penalty. Repeat 4th down.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't line up over the centre. You need to be either side of him. So UWE there just a little bit sloppy with their preparation, but really nice play blocking that punt. It's just a shame it is going to come back and the goal are going to get another opportunity. So nice break for the goal there.
Yeah, and you know, when things like that happen, you have to look at special teams coordinator Anthony Fersman not drilling into the players that you're not allowed to do that. So
yeah, I mean, he's not here today, so...
And we're gonna, nearly another block. Good punt though. It's either gonna go into the end zone or be down at the 1. It does go into the end zone.
Yeah, really nice punt. It's just a shame it just had a little bit too much on it. I thought that was going to be perfectly roll around and kind of settle at the 1 yard line.
Yeah, it's a tough one there. You know, we're right by the Notts sideline.
This is the end of the first quarter.
And as we come to the end of the first quarter, UWE will be starting at the 20-yard line. But yeah, just saying there, then you know, Notts players kind of like, oh, we need more effort. People needed to get to that ball. The problem with punts that are low like that, your players just don't have enough time to get down there.
Right, exactly that. You want hang time from your punts, don't you? So that your chasers, your gunners have got time to get down the field to be able to make that tackle. And you know, you underkick your coverage there by not getting that height and hang time on the ball.
Yeah, you know, this is it's a very nitty gritty thing. But if you're gonna play your punts like that, you really need to be aiming for the sideline.
Yeah, that's it. Because then obviously if it goes out of bounds, there's no danger of a return. So if you have got a punter that kind of rugby style that is quite low.
Yeah, you know, those classic like banana kicks that you get in your rugby games, things like that. So so UWE will be starting at the 20 on first down here.
It looks like empty formation again for the Bullets. Screen out to
another
Sam
tunnel
East.
screen. He's got space. He's got getting brought down, but
yeah, really nice from Sam East there. Again, another tunnel screen. Successful play for UWE so far, and it wasn't the last time that these two teams met as well. So JJ and Clark, offensive coordinator, obviously keeping that in the playbook for this game.
yeah, I mean, he's looking at the coverage. He's got to be, you know, there has to be. I mean, you'll know better than I do as somebody still involved with the game, but there'll be a call in there to call that tunnel screen if the cornerback's too far off.
Yeah, that's it. If you know there's something that you can exploit, and I mean, even still with the cornerback up here, the slot guy can come and block him. There's a handoff, but really nice.
Great work
from the goal defense. Swarming to the ball, and they're really animated on the sideline.
Yeah, number 33, I think, there with the tackle.
Yeah, Manny Alabi is the man on the tackle, number 33, as you said.
Yeah, he did a really good job of just kind of shadowing what the running back was doing there, the offensive line, because he wasn't bringing the pressure forward. They were more focused on other assignments, leaving him open to make a really good tackle there.
Yeah, Gretzinger in the gun. We've got second and long for UWE after that tackle for loss. There's another handoff up the middle and a strong run up the middle. Really nice blocking to open up that hole by the UWE offensive line. And Mackenzie Ellis takes UWE for another first down.
Yeah, we'll see here in the replay. I really love, look at Mackenzie Ellis's legs here. He gets past those first two people and you just see them just drive through that first tackle, takes a man with him. You know, it means so much when you're not getting pushed back on these tackles, when you're falling forward for an extra few yards.
Yeah, UWE trying to draw the goal offside. And Gretzinger ready to take this snap. He's looking to pass this time.
Looking deep.
He had a man, he had Sam East. He was open, but just overthrew him slightly.
Yeah, I think the snap came in a little bit quick there, a little bit high. He did a really good job, Ethan, of bringing it down, keeping it under, but I don't know if maybe that disrupted his rhythm a little bit there. Just overthrowing the intended target, Sam East. And that will be second down and 10 here for the UWE Bullets. Going to the air once again. Quick little screen pass.
Big hit from the Nottingham Gold. Good swarming tackle with the two guys there. And Kenzie Ellis gets a good gain.
Yeah, about 6 yards on the gain here. You see the screen. Does a good job of making the first man miss, but two players come in, squeezing
Personal
down.
Foul. Roughing the passer. Defense. 15 yards to be added on to the end of the run. Automatic, first down.
And roughing the passer from Notts. I mean, it does have to be frustrating when the UWE just keep running these screen passes. But unfortunately, I didn't see the roughing the passer there, so can't comment.
Yeah, my eyes were not there, and I didn't see it on replay, so roughing the passer. Really not much contact, but any contact after that ball was gone is going to be deemed roughing. And Gretzinger looking for that man again, Sam East, and he has got him for the score. Touchdown number 2 for Sam East, and what a pretty ball from Gretzinger down that right-hand side, and their celebrations are up there dancing in the end zone.
Yeah, and why not? You know, after a big penalty from Notts, you know, why not go back to that big deep play? Really good work from both players there, quarterback and receiver, and good to see the touch there this time. Great grab from Sam East to keep the concentration over the shoulder grab.
Yeah, because he had him a couple of plays ago, so I think he likes the fact that he's had another opportunity to get him back, and this time he's perfect on the throw.
And this is what happens when you play a lot of these tunnel screens, a lot of these short wide receiver screens.
Oh, look at this weird formation here. Gretzinger motioned out to the right. This 2-point formation, but there is a flag.
Yeah, there's a lot of movement going on.
Ball start. Offense number 55. 5-yard penalty. Replay the try.
And wonder if they'll go for the same funky play or whether they're going to go something more traditional after the flag.
Yeah, very interesting there. Not something we've seen from UWE this season. Maybe something they've looked at, and they've had a few weeks off, so they've had stuff to practice, and their 2-point plays haven't been amazing this season, so looking to try and get things going with maybe some funky stuff. This time, more regular, conventional offense. Gretzinger tries to find Josh Brees, but incomplete. And the Nottingham defense will hold on this one.
Yeah, that's you know, it's still 20-0, still a good result there for UWE. But like you say, yeah, the 2 points just haven't been there as much, and it adds up. In the same way it adds up when you keep making them, it adds up when you don't. One thing that UWE used to be able to do quite well is just bring out the biggest people you have ever seen in your life and run it for those 2 yards, and we've just not seen that this year.
I'm surprised it's not something that they've done this season. You know, they used to call it the monster package, I think, when Frankie Pankhurst was OC. And it was just, like you say, 3 of the biggest guys just running at you full steam and saying, go on then, stop us.
Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely mixing it up this year to mixed results. But they will extend their lead despite the miss on the 2-point conversion. It is 20-0, a scoreline before halftime that UWE are definitely going to be very happy with.
Yeah, and you know, it's something as well. If UWE do come away victorious today, they've got to practice those 2-point plays, because they could be the difference in the final. You know, we're likely to see the Durham Saints there. I'm not going to count out anyone, but we're likely to see the Durham Saints there, whoever wins out of these 2 teams here today. So they need to be preparing for that, and they need to be making those 2-point plays count.
Exactly, and it's not like, you know, whether you think it exists or not. The momentum of missing 2-point plays while the other team comes out and just kicks a point every single time, you know. All of a sudden it goes from a game that could be 16-14, it's now 12-14, you know, 21-18. Your game gets out of hand quickly, even if you're matching score for score, if you're missing those 2-point conversions. So
exactly, and especially if you've got a team that will kick field goals as well, it does really come down to that kind of points thing. But they do say mathematically it does work out in the end. If you get 50% of your 2-point plays, it should be enough, but it's how many opportunities you get for those 2-point plays.
Yeah, and looking to make the most of this opportunity is Nottingham.
Going with
the run play.
Reverse to Pedro up the left-hand side, but the UWE defense, Leon Klosovic there, was not letting that one get tricked.
Yeah, it's hard. It was hard to see from here. We probably on the camera view a little bit better for how this play went down. But yeah, the fake up the middle, going to the outside, which you see at the top of the screen, and just a great hit there from Leon, not biting on that inside run there at all.
Yeah, it is difficult when we're on the sideline and we've got all these massive Nottingham players just stood in front of us. It's probably the worst positioning we could have. So
I think they do it on purpose.
Yeah, well,
I don't blame them.
Surely they'd want us to call out their names and highlight the good stuff that they're doing so far.
Maybe if they bring this game back, they'll give us a better view. And that will be another tackle for a loss. Looks like Leon was involved again. As you see the I formation, bit of a miscommunication on the run, but it was a fullback run maybe by the looks of it. Either way, tackle for a loss for UWE.
We're trying to guess through all these big players in front of us. So here we go. Nottingham Gold in that I formation again.
Yeah, and 3rd and 18.
This time Burkill play action, rolls to his right, looking for a man. It's almost intercepted by Marlow Sean Franklin Jr. And the Nottingham Gold receiver kicks the ball in disgust at the throw by his feet.
Yeah, I mean, maybe understandable. If we look here at the throw, I know we're looking at a backup here. Just not enough on that for the receiver to really try and make a play on it. They ended up just being surrounded by 3 UWE bodies. And you know the UWE players will be disappointed to not come away with an interception there.
Yeah, it was a very dangerous throw in between 3 UWE defenders.
And it is 4th down. Notts are going to be punting. Motion on the punt.
And again, that rugby-style punt to the right. This time it is returnable. Josh Brees, but he is met straight away, but he makes him miss. He slips him. Runs to the right, but Redhead is probably not going to let him go there. And a good tackle from Redhead for the Gold.
Yeah, did a really good job. Strong grip from the lad there. Good pursuit as well, despite the low kick. Was some motion on the play from Nottingham, so a bit of a running start essentially. But Josh Brees did a good job to hold on to that ball. Made the right decision. The ball was bouncing in favour of Nottingham. It is just dangerous when you see a player reach it out like that. Not as dangerous when that player is Josh Brees, and you know he can do magical things on the field.
Yeah, anytime he touches the ball, he could find the end zone. He is such a dynamic player.
Back to empty again here.
Yeah, Gretzinger back to pass. Goes to his 3rd read. This time he's complete to Quinton Wimmer on that right-hand side. Nice pitch and catch.
Yeah, really good sideline
7.
grab. Really good sideline grab here from Wimmer. Running back to make some space for his QB. Nice escape route here. You just see him on the end, reaching out, getting to the sideline, setting up. 2nd down and about 4.
Yeah, you were being quite efficient on offense today. Something they've lacked when they played Durham. And that's a nice play. He finds Sam East this time over the middle. And a good tackle by Jalen Todd.
Yeah, Sam East did a great job of finding the space there in the middle of the field. It's not really a play, not really an area of the field UWE have been able to take advantage of today. Things have been down the sideline. Things have been quick passing or running games. So nice to see something a little bit different.
Yeah, they've really been hitting everything, haven't they? They've gone screen game, they've gone deep game, they've now gone intermediate. So that they are mixing it up. They've gone run game as well. So they're mixing up the play calling. So nice from Jadrian Clark keeping the Gold defense guessing.
Yeah, he's really spreading them out, and it's showing in the results.
I'm Simon
Lovely
Olafo.
run, lovely tackle.
Up the middle. Gain of about 10. I think this is going to be almost 1st and goal, I think. Waiting to see what the referee does with the chains. It's going to be 2nd and about an inch.
Yeah, good tackle from Dan Schofield there to prevent that from going any further. UWE going to the ground again, looking to bounce to the outside. There's a ton of Nottingham players around him. He's not going to go any further. Huge low tackle from number 99 there at the end as the player was being driven back.
Yeah, big finishing hit there, just to finish off the play from the Gold. Swarming defense. It's going to be a loss of about a yard for the Bullets. 3rd and about at 1.5. And again, you got to think they're going 2 downs here.
Yeah, there's no way UWE kick the extra point here, as we just see the swarming tackle from the Gold there on that play.
Gretzinger. Olafa on his right. Drops back to pass. He's got time. This time he steps up. Jump pass over the middle, and it is dropped by his receiver, Jamad Clark, in the end zone. That's 6 points on the ground there. What a play by Gretzinger.
Yeah, he was jumping through the air like he was in dodgeball.
I was going to say more like Tim Tebow when he was at the Gators. It's kind of that jump pass that he was known for. But yeah, dodgeball works as well.
Yeah, I had Ben Stiller with a mustache in my mind as he flew through the air there. Did a good job on the snap of getting it down. It was a little bit of a wayward snap. Unfortunate to not get the touchdown out of that. But this is 4th down.
Yeah, opting for a run. It is a counter play up the middle. I think he's got he's got plenty for the 1st down. So 1st and goal, UWE Bullets. Nice play from Olafa up the middle.
Yeah, so they'll have four attempts at getting into the end zone here from about the same spot as a 2-point conversion. So let's see what they go to and see if it influences the 2-point play should they score a touchdown.
UWE have really been working this jet motion today. Lots of different plays off of it. They've got the counter, they've got the jet dive as well, they've ran the jet sweep, so really looking to add that into this this repertoire of offense. And Gretzinger this time looks to pass.
Nothing available, he's going to get sacked.
Yeah, he's sacked. Down, big number 99 gets him in the backfield, and a nice play. Just had no options there, good coverage from the goal defense.
Yeah, Ethan was ready to throw that ball immediately, but obviously first read wasn't there, second read wasn't there, and then really good tackle for the sack.
Yeah, there's a couple of plays that Big Deck Hutchinson, number 99, has made today, and right there he deserves that sack because he played it so well. Made that penetration through the line and found Gretzinger. Put him on his back. Gretzinger now faced with the 2nd and goal. And drops back. He's got Sam East over the middle again, and I think this one's going for 6. It is Sam East's 3rd touchdown of the day, and right now the goal do not have an answer for him.
No, we've seen him running deep, we've seen him on the short routes, and again, that over the middle route that made such a big gain earlier in this drive. They go back to it just the other way around this time, takes it in for the touchdown. Really good play, well designed, well executed.
Yeah, UWE's offensive plan seems to be quite a lot of screen game and lots of crossing routes across the middle, whether that be short to intermediate, but lots of crossing routes with the occasional deep ball. That looks...
We'll get the 2.
Again, apologies for any sound issues that we have today. But UWE on the board again, and right now it is the UWE Bullets show.
Yeah, it's obviously showing in the scoreline here, UWE 28, Nottingham 0. What would you like to see from Nottingham on this drive? Obviously, time's running out in this first half and things are starting to get away from them here.
Well, I mean, they've set the run up now with a lot of I formations and stuff. Let's run a bit of play action from the goal. Let's try and let this young quarterback air it out a little bit. Even if it's just something short to intermediate, let's put the ball in his hands and let's trust him a little bit, because he's starting here today. They've obviously seen something in him. Obviously their hand's been forced by injury, but they've got to trust the guy and they've got to give him opportunities to get the ball to his playmakers, because he has got some threats in his receivers. You know, you've got Pedro there, who is a really big target. Just throw that ball up to him, let him go get it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it all comes out of that play action, even if there's a, play action with the running back slipping out as well. You know, if there can be enough time for those kinds of plays to develop, as this kick goes very deep, and it is going to be fielded.
A tough catch over his head, really took it awkwardly. He's going to be brought down. Oh, and a little bit of afters, maybe no.
Nah, it was close. It was very on the whistle.
I like that from both players though. They both just walked away. They said, yeah, between the whistles we're going to hate each other, but after the whistles we're just going to go about our business.
Yeah, and kickoffs, punts, those plays are so fast. You know, you're dealing with players with a full head of steam running at each other. This tempers can flare, but they did a good job. Both players not wanting to add to the flag count today.
I think as well with special teams, it's not always your starters that are playing on special teams, so it's people trying to kind of make a name for themselves as well and get more game time on offense or defense by playing on special teams. And this time Todd is back in the backfield. Nice cut from him. Good run,
good
solid running.
And
he's finally going to be brought down. Not even brought down, just tackled backwards. Forward progress stopped, and really strong running, but as we said earlier, that's what you get from your linebacker when you put him at running back.
Yeah, he kept himself moving. I really thought he was, slowed down enough on that initial contact, but just drove those legs through the players. And yeah, like you say, they didn't even take him down in the end. He had to get carried off.
Yeah, some really strong running from Todd.
Yeah, and he managed to gain about 4 or 5 yards there. So, if they keep that up, they got a good drive in their hands.
Yeah, you got to think UWE are going to be coming here with the pressure. Again, Todd out this side. He looks really fast, runs really strong with the ball. And that's going to be a first down, Nottingham Gold. Some positive offense for the Gold.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job with these run plays. It's quicker than they've been playing so far today, and that's what's catching UWE off guard, I would think. Getting to the outside quicker than they have for the rest of this first half and taking advantage.
Yeah, and this is where, me as an offensive coordinator, I'd be going play action here. You've had 2 really big runs. The defense are going to be coming, you know, play action or run some type of screen or something.
Yeah, you've shown, you know, you've shown where the danger's at, and that's currently not your quarterback. He is going to be able to roll out.
Still sticking with the run with Todd. This time only a marginal gain for him. Tried to run the counter there, but not much success on that one.
No, UWE really happened to hit hard and wrap up in these tackles to make sure Todd doesn't get anything more.
2 minutes 7 seconds, 2:07. First charge timeout, UWE.
We get the time update. 2 minutes 7 left on the clock. UWE calling their first time out of the game. You know, maybe Coach T is thinking, play action. Keep an eye out for it.
I think so. I mean, it's the natural thing to do as a coordinator right now. You've had some successful run plays, hit them with the play action, hit them with the screen. It's kind of the game plan, the way you sucker the defense in and say, all right, we're going to now hit you over the top. So timeout. As these two teams are having conversations, what do you think from the UWE's discipline today? We're seeing a little less penalties, but still a little bit of discipline creeping in.
Yeah, I mean, I think a couple of them are just the mistakes that you saw them iron out immediately. You pointed out not getting the block in the back. That move was made because there was a block in the back penalty. You know, they're learning from the mistakes that have led to penalties. I think they've done a very good job with their temper. Things started to flare up a little bit about 10-15 minutes ago, and that seems to have calmed down. And I know that's a big issue when it comes to penalties. Losing players, you know, it's very important. So, yes, there's been some penalties, but I think they're more in the natural flow of things than we usually see with UWE.
Yeah, I think what you alluded to there about tempers, it's easy to get suckered in and get into that as well. And Nottingham now back on offense, and again, Jalen Todd with the run up the middle. He is met by Marlo Sean Franklin Jr. Already called him Marlo Sean Lattimore then.
He's on the field.
This is the 2-minute warning. Exactly, 2 minutes.
I mean, it wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Marlo Sean has been on NFL practice squads, so he's not far off that.
No, and this is becoming a very physical game. This change in approach from Nottingham, it looks like they're just going to try and wear down this UWE defense with this, you know, dives up the middle with an extremely physical running back in the backfield.
Yeah, the problem with that is it does take his toll on your offensive line when you're bashing, but Jalen Todd
He's
get up the right
side.
Great play from Jalen Todd and signals the first down, and why not? What a run from the linebacker.
Oh, that was an amazing run. Found the space and just turned on the afterburners. As a linebacker, maybe not having the speed to outrun the secondary here from UWE.
Do you know what? I'm going to stop calling him a linebacker because he is running hard. He is running like a running back right now.
Yeah, he did a really, really good job there getting to the outside. And this is what I mean about UWE just getting worn down by those inside runs.
Yeah, you hit him with a counter. You see the pulling lineman that they had on that play. And Todd was able to get out that right-hand side. This time, Loxley Burt Jr. in the backfield says, no, no, no. Not again on my part.
Yeah, that was a really good job, disrupting the play immediately, getting low. You know, Todd's weapon's his legs. He's driving hard. He's running at you hard. He took that away. He wasn't trying to tackle high, caused him to stumble, let the rest of the defense catch up and cause a tackle for the loss.
I think the Nottingham Gold have made it clear we are just going to pound this rock. And this time, there we go, play action, screen, finds his fullback in the backfield, up the left-hand side.
Tons of space, tons of space. He's going to get into the end zone.
I said the play action was coming, Craig, and what a time to run it for the goal. What a play by the Gold. Touchdown by the fullback. He just snuck out on that left-hand side and nobody covered him.
Yeah, we'll see it here in the replay. Under center, let's just keep an eye on the Notts player, just going out to the outside. Edge defender doesn't even try chipping him. And there he goes. tons of space, nobody covering him, everybody in on the run play.
Yeah, Abdul Sheriff, that man on the touchdown, the fullback, and great play from the goal. There's some momentum that they need going into the second half right now.
Well, exactly. We're within the 2-minute mark. They kick this, they make it 7 points. Just seeing if there's anything. Kicker went down, unsure if it was because he was there was contact. But no, you know, they got the touchdown, they got the extra point, they put 7 on the board. A big stop here, and they're going into halftime going, you know what? We can still do this.
Yeah, they can, and it's only 3 scores now, and they've now shown what they can do on offense. Put this man, Jalen Todd, in there every time. He should be on the field for this team, running that rock, and then, as you say earlier, I said, knew the play action was coming, and there it was, and it gets them 6.
Yeah, and the thing is as well, you know, we've got a good few weeks before the final. I can see both teams just putting their players out there, every player wanting to give their all, regardless of what position they get put in, you know. You'll hurt tomorrow, you might not be able to get out of bed, but you'll be fighting fit by the time it comes to the final.
Yeah, the final coming at you from Loughborough University. The curtain raiser for Big Bucks Wednesday. That is just 10 days away, and it will be the winner of this one going to that show.
Yeah, and I think Todd heard you, he's out there on kickoff as well.
Look at this man, he can do everything.
This is going to be returnable though, from the second level. Looking to bounce to the outside, finding some space. He is making more and more yards out of this. He's over the halfway line, he's still on his feet. Goes out of bounds.
And what a play from Tony Anderson. Defensive player as well, D-lineman, linebacker, showing what he can do carrying the rock.
Hey, they've seen one player do it, now they all want it. Jadrian's going to have a queue of UWE linebackers and D linemen demanding to get on it running back. That's probably why he's running out of empty formation.
Yeah, Todd is going to come off the field now, so maybe they're just saving him a bit for offense.
Yeah, we'll see what UWE looks to do. Like I say, they're going to the empty formation once again. And with Ethan being a bit of a scrambly boy, it doesn't take out the run game either.
Yeah, Gretzinger's got his man, it's Jamard Clark on the gain there. He's just scrambling, really nice from Gretzinger, extending the play and finding number 14 Clark for the
good.
What a grab from Quinton Wimmer there, just climbing the ladder and taking this one away. Let's just sit in silence here, Craig, and watch this one play out.
I think we might have sat in silence for it live. Look at this, great work from the cornerback. Like, the coverage there cannot be denied. 24 did a fantastic job. That's 24. Dan Schofield on the coverage. Unfortunately, this connection between Gretzinger and Wimmer has been a winner.
Winner, Wimmer. Yeah, Quinton Wimmer, just, he's such a big guy. I mean, playing receiver, it's not fair that you're that big and that athletic.
And just strong hands there on the grab. Really strong hands. Again, can't take anything away from the corner. He did everything he could.
Didn't quite see what happened there. I think it was a run play that was no good for the Bullets. That was Thomas Lamb on the carry, number 51. But UWE, they've taken the sting out of Nottingham there, just going down in a couple of plays.
Well,
and
especially
scoring.
after such a good drive from Nottingham, you know. And again, ones like that to me sting more, because you did what you could on defense there. Yeah, maybe the pressure on Ethan Gretzinger could have been a little bit better, you know, could have given him less time to make that decision. But that throw and that catch were so incredible, so unbelievable. The coverage was perfect, and that hurts.
Yeah, he just got out-muscled. I mean, it makes it even worse as well when you've worked so hard driving down the field to put a methodical drive on to go and score for yourself, and UWE come out and just get Quinton Wimmer to boss someone.
Yeah, and barely any time taken off the clock. Two plays, both through the air.
Yeah, so suddenly, you know, you feel like you've got some momentum, you're building some momentum, and UWE just go down and do that, and it's like, oh, you could almost hear the gasp of air coming out of all of these players.
Let's go, Patchy.
So flat on this sideline.
As we see, the kick's going to be returned. Cutting to the inside, he does have a little bit of space, but the ball is on the floor.
Yeah, ball's on the ground. Players fighting for it at the bottom of the pile. And we talked about momentum just a second ago, and if this is not a Nottingham ball, I think it is. I think referees are pointing Nottingham's way, so very lucky to get away with that one, because that really would have put the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, and I was watching that from a live perspective rather than the screen perspective. The only reason I knew it went on the floor is because all the Nottingham sideline, all the hands went on the helmets.
They all shouted, ball!
But no, they did a good job of getting that ball back.
Yeah, it looks like Tony Anderson pretty much had possession of that ball, but then lost it himself as well.
Yeah, it looks that way. Could have been UWE's ball. A bit fortunate there for Nottingham. Be interesting to see what they choose to do here. They do have all their timeouts.
And one thing as well there is this is the question I have for you. Is Tony Anderson down by contact or down by knee when he's got possession of that ball? Because it is very close. It is very close. But referees deciding that he was not down by contact, and their decision is what matters. And there is the ball. He's got a man wide open, but incomplete off the fingertips. Nice ball from Burkhead there, but just off of his receiver's hands. Really unfortunate for the goal. That could have been a big play.
This is the end of the first half.
No, and that is the end of the first half, I think the referee just announced. Yeah, that'll be half-time.
Yeah, so half-time here. UWE Bullets 34, Nottingham Gold 7. I'll tell you what, our producers are going to show us this double fumble again, because I want to see this replay, and I want to see if he is down by contact or not. Here we go, there's the fumble.
Big hit.
And Tony Anderson, he picks it up. Oh, he did.
Yeah.
He just falls on the defender, doesn't he? He just like kind of falls over him. He did have that ball in two hands, so they really had an opportunity there, but unfortunate for him. But UWE have been dominant thus far on offense. Nottingham Gold really not having an answer for them, and they're really going to have to make some adjustments in this second half to be able to come back in this one.
Yeah, I mean, you saw them make adjustments. They go into that run game a lot. You know, putting Todd back there in the backfield has made a huge difference. But UWE just able to answer any question that that Nottingham have, and UWE playing how they would want to play every game of this season.
Yeah, just some highlights from the first half. There we see Keon Smart running for the first touchdown of the day. And Ethan Gretzinger with the screen pass to Smart. And touchdown. Ethan Gretzinger here finds Sam East for his first score of the day. 3 touchdowns for him today, Sam East. And Gretzinger has been pretty methodical, hasn't he? He's been a little bit off early on a couple of his throws, but he's picked it up.
Yeah, it's been nice to see the trust that the coaches have in Ethan and Ethan has in his receivers.
Yeah, that was Sam East's second touchdown of the day.
Yeah, really good over-the-shoulder grab there from Sam East. And as we see him again on the crossing routes. Really good job, really well played there from UWE. This is Nottingham with their big play. On the play action, the fullback making his way out. Nobody in sight, able to just rumble his way down, carry a couple of players in for 6 points. The extra point was successful. And this was the last touchdown of the first half. This beautiful throw and grab from Ethan Gretzinger to Wimmer. Hand fight set.
Yeah, so now we are joined by Sam East, the UWE Bullets receiver. Sam, 3 touchdowns for you today. How are we feeling at this halftime break?
A little tired, you know, the weather's a little hot today. But I'm feeling good, man. We caught a roll and we sticking with it, and hopefully we can continue the second half.
Yeah, and we've kind of talked about it on commentary about the penalty woes that UWE have had over the past few games. Seems to have cleaned it up today. What's kind of the message been in training? Like, what have you done to kind of alleviate those penalties?
Just clean it up, you know, keep our heads in the game, because most of the penalties were after the whistle. So play through the whistle, and then after that, just line up next play.
Nice. And as we go into the second half, we assume just more of the same from UWE. We don't want to see some, you know, heads dropping, things going easy. Nottingham really attacked you guys in the last like 5 minutes of that half. Is that something you guys will be talking about?
Oh, for sure, for sure. We're going to clean that up so we can come back out here, let them get no more points, and we can put up as many as we can.
With your mindset right now, do you feel like this game is done, or do you feel like it's not over till it's over?
No, it's not over till it's over. You know, shout out to Nottingham. They play hard every single snap. And we got to keep our foot on the pedal to come out on top of this, you feel me?
Okay, well, hopefully we'll see you in the end zone again in the second half.
Hey, shout out to the East Clan back home, man. I know y'all watching, man. Stay tuned.
Thank you very much.
Sam. Appreciate that. So that was Sam East, UWE Bullets receiver there. 3 touchdowns so far today, and you know, it's quite likely you might see him in the end zone again in this second half. Just as closing thoughts here for the first half, Nottingham, what do you think the conversation's going to be right now?
You know, I think it's just going to be making sure they hold their heads up. They've shown that they can play. They've shown that they can defend. It's just UWE have had their number. Nottingham were always going to be on the back foot today with a backup QB. But they found ways around that. They just need to build on that going into the second half. You can't even say they've made mistakes. They just need to make sure that they just play to the best of their ability.
That's it. It's been an electric first half here at Hillside Gardens in this National BUCS Premier semi-final. UWE Bullets currently leading 34-7. Join us in about 10 minutes time for second half action.
Get industry ready. Get future ready.
It's having someone to support you, encourage you, and inspire you. That's mentorship done right. It's modern, industry standard kit.
Building skills.
Building confidence. That's facilities done right.
It's being relevant, having access, connections, and getting real experience. That's industry placements done right.
It's being inspired, given perspective and insight, and gaining a competitive edge. That's industry connections done right.
It's knowledge building, it's collaboration, it's practice, practice, practice. That's learning done right.
Get future ready. UWE Bristol, choose to do university right.
Hey, so I'm James, and I am the boss at Ship Theory.
So we are a global shipping software. We essentially help brands of all sizes ship across globally, from sort of DIY homeware brands to fashion brands. Because we're a Bristol-based company, we like to give back to the community, and we have quite a few very avid, keen squash players here at Ship Theory.
Me and Mike have always played loads of sports, and we didn't get those opportunities when we were kids, so it's really cool to be involved in sports at the grassroots level and try and build something up.
We've got access to go and watch them play, meet the players, meet the coaches. It's just nice to be part of something local where we grew up. Seeing like world-class players wearing our logo is just a really cool thing. Like, there's obviously brand awareness, but it's just an awesome thing to be part of.
It's been amazing exposure for us. We've got a lot of Bristol-based brands, like the breweries and coffee companies, and a range of them that already use Ship Theory that have actually come to us and started using Ship Theory off the back of this sponsorship. But also because of the athletes, it means that we've had new business come to us through those channels, which has just been incredible, you know?
Alright, so I'm Ryan Robinson. I'm from Vienna, Virginia originally. I'm getting my master's in business psychology here at UWE.
There's two different types of modules. You have the core modules, and this gives you the essential skills you need to be a business psychologist. So in this, we look at business psychology essentials. We look at lots of different topics from a psychological point of view. There's researching organizations, where we look at how we conduct psychology research in organizations. Business basics, which is understanding the business context in which we work as psychologists. And there's the dissertation module, where you work one-to-one with a supervisor to develop and deliver research projects and write that up.
I had a background in business through my undergrad, and I had taken a few courses about psychology, and I always found it really interesting. So I thought that the pairing between business and psychology was fascinating to me and was really appealing.
Inside the shout, Robinson open straight attack, gets it!
The opportunity to play sport. On top of that, the university here is beautiful. The business school is brand new. Bristol itself is a vibrant city, so those were my main reasons. My experience has been very good so far. I've had the chance to connect with some classmates, do some study sessions and things like that. It definitely took a small adjustment period for me. I think in the States there was someone with me a lot more. Out here it's kind of more on my own, which is good. There's a lot of readings, which is definitely a difference, but overall it's been good.
So it's a blended learning approach. So there's a combination of face-to-face elements. So these include day-long workshops and also online elements. In a lot of the modules there'll be weekly online lectures which are pre-recorded and you can watch and engage with at any time you wish during the week. And there's core readings and some online activities for you to do as well.
Because it's a lot of self-study, I have a lot of time to get into the gym by myself, prepare for practice. I haven't found it too difficult to juggle the two. Getting a master's in business psychology opens up routes like consulting-based and HR management roles.
Do get in touch. I'm very happy to kind of meet up online, or if you have an email conversation, you've got any questions, do consider it. Also look at the Association for Business Psychology website, which will tell you a little bit more about business psychology as a discipline. But yeah, get in touch. We'd love to hear from you.
Come on.
Hey, what the fuck?
How's it going? My name is Jadrian Clark. I'm originally from Lakeland, Florida.
The MVP trophy of the European League of Football Championship game.
Jadrian, it's your trophy.
Been playing for the UWE Bullets for the 2023 and 24 season, current MVP and reigning champion of the BUCS League. Dan Mayer, the head coach, reached out to me all the way back in 2019, and I came over to Bristol when Hillside facility here was just finished being built and ran a camp for the guys here. And then ever since then, Coach Dan is just checking in with me regularly as I was playing professionally in Germany. And every year we just sort of talked about maybe possibly getting me to come over to do my master's. And this past season, we finally were able to make it happen. Yeah, so the NBA is something that I had always dreamed of achieving one day. And the university here has a great program. I obviously have a passion for football, but also entrepreneurship, and I've learned a ton being in an NBA program. So the marketing system is different. The teaching style is a little bit different. It's a really cool system. They got great resources here at the university to support you in your academic endeavors, and it's great. Yeah, I think that's been one of the highlights, is being around so many people that are so passionate about the game, even though we're in a foreign country to the game. Coach Dan obviously was a good player back in the day, and now has done an unbelievable job building up this program. Coach Frankie, a former offensive lineman that played professionally as well, and does a great job of building camaraderie with the guys and makes it fun. Even some of our, volunteer coaches, sort of like Coach Ramon, an American guy that came over that now lives in Bristol. Yeah, it's been a really awesome time to be around guys that are passionate about the game, and they do it for the love and fun of it. Man, there's so many. That's a tough one. Obviously, I'm half Irish, with my dad being from Ireland, and we got a guy on the team who's from Ireland as well. Had sort of been a career backup here for a couple of years at the university. Been playing DB, moved over to receiver, and I really, started growing to like the guy. His name's Max, and in a game, where he hadn't got much playing time, we brought him in, and we ran a little double move, and he scored his first touchdown ever of his career. He'd never even scored one in practice, so it was just cool to see a guy like that keep constantly working hard, being positive, and bringing so much enthusiasm to the team to finally get that payoff and reward of a touchdown. It's just, man, it's awesome. That's what football's all about. Yeah, it's awesome. We were a really close-knit group of guys this season. The bus rides are fun, hanging out at the dorms, going to classes together. It's really cool. Kind of getting that American and British camaraderie. I think kind of the turning point for us was early on in the season we had a couple bye weeks, and that is something that Coach Dan and Frankie and Coach T encouraged us to use our bye weeks to go and travel and go and see as much of the world as possible. So we hopped on Google Flights and just looked up where was a cheap place to go. We found 50-pound flights to Tenerife. It's in a Spanish island, somewhere warm, so we wanted to go down there and enjoy the beach. So I think about 10 of us went down there, and man, it was one of the coolest experiences of my life. We were swimming in nice water, going to beaches, having great meals, and we just became a really close group after that. Unbelievable. Obviously in the university system over here, it's not quite the same as the American university system, but UWE does a great job of trying to make it as close and as replicated as close as possible. We have our own private gym for the performance athletes. We have a nutritionist, as you said. We have a strength and conditioning coordinator. We got a great media team, and we also have Emily, who for me was invaluable. I came into the season with a little bit of an injury from previously playing in Germany, as I was saying earlier, and she did an unbelievable job of supporting me throughout the season and giving me different therapies and different sessions to heal me up to close to 100% now. I think there's unbelievable opportunity here because when you come play at UWE, especially in this second half of the season, we're the only place in the world still playing American football. So I think a lot of the teams in Europe sort of tune in and put their eyes on us and kind of see which players could be stand-up players for them come the summer after our season. Two of my receivers here went on to get professional contracts, and I think a few other guys might end up still getting signed. Bristol is very underrated. It's a city that I didn't know much about until I got here. Obviously you hear about London, Manchester, maybe Liverpool as an American, but I think Bristol's a hidden gem. It's got a lot going for it. It's got a good economy, it's got great food, it's got a great downtown area, great nightlife. So there's a ton to do here, and it's an awesome place to live. Yeah, take the leap. I mean, it's going to change your life forever. You're going to walk away with a master's degree, a postgraduate degree, which is going to set you up for success later on in life, while at the same time giving you an opportunity to continue playing the game that you love and, maybe potentially parlay that into a professional contract. So there's really no negatives. There's a ton of support staff to help you figure out a way to make it happen, and yeah, go for it.
Get industry ready. Get future ready.
It's having someone to support you, encourage you, and inspire you. That's mentorship done right. It's modern, industry standard kit.
Building skills.
Building confidence. That's facilities done right.
is being relevant, having access, connections, and getting real experience. That's industry placements done right.
It's being inspired, given perspective and insight, and gaining a competitive edge. That's industry connections done right.
It's knowledge building, it's collaboration, it's practice, practice, practice. That's learning done right.
Get future ready. UWE Bristol, choose to do university right.
Hey, so I'm James and I am the boss at CheersMate.
So we are a global shipping software. We essentially help brands of all sizes ship across globally, from sort of DIY homeware brands to fashion brands. Because we're a Bristol-based company, we like to give back to the community, and we have quite a few very avid, keen squash players here at Ship Theory.
Me and Mike have always played loads of sports, and we didn't get those opportunities when we were kids, so it's really cool to be involved in sports at the grassroots level and try and build something up.
We've got access to go and watch them play, meet the players, meet the coaches. It's just nice to be part of something local where we grew up. Seeing like world-class players wearing our logo is just a really cool thing. Like, there's obviously brand awareness, but it's just an awesome thing to be part of.
It's been amazing exposure for us. We've got a lot of Bristol-based brands, like the breweries and coffee companies, and a range of them that already use Ship Theory that have actually come to us and started using Ship Theory off the back of this sponsorship. But also because of the athletes, it means that we've had new business come to us through those channels, which has just been incredible, you know?
So I'm Ryan Robinson. I'm from Vienna, Virginia originally. I'm getting my master's in business psychology here at UWE.
There's two different types of modules. You have the core modules, and this gives you the essential skills you need to be a business psychologist. So in this, we look at business psychology essentials. We look at lots of different topics from a psychological point of view. There's researching organisations, where we look at how we conduct psychology research in organisations. Business basics, which is understanding the business context in which we work as psychologists. And there's the dissertation module, where you work one-to-one with a supervisor to develop and deliver research projects and write that up.
I had a background in business through my undergrad, and I had taken a few courses about psychology, and I always found it really interesting. So I thought that the pairing between business and psychology was fascinating to me and was really appealing.
Inside the shout, Robinson open straight attack, gets it!
The opportunity to play sport. On top of that,
And welcome back to Hillside Gardens, where the UWE Bullets are just about to kick this one away. Josh Gill with the kick. Sends it deep. Long bobbling kick. Nice move by the returner for Nottingham. And if you're just joining us, the UWE Bullets are currently leading the Nottingham Gold in this National BUCS Premiership semi-final, 34 points to 7.
Yeah, a decent little return there from Nottingham, hoping to build on some of the success they had towards the end of that first half. Let's see if they stick with the running game. Looks like they got Todd in the backfield again.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? I mean, he's been successful for them the running back, Todd.
He's gone out wide, empty.
They're playing receiver now, and Burkill back to pass. He tries to find Todd, and it's almost intercepted. I think it hit the ground. Tony Smith, I think the referees are calling that incomplete. Yeah, just incomplete, just hits the ground.
Yeah, you can always tell by the players' reactions. He didn't even try to sell that he caught that one. As we see here in the replay, has it in his hands, he does drop it. It does look close to staying in his hand, but no arguments.
Yeah, really close by Tony Anderson there.
Yeah, Tony, you got to sell it a bit more if you want us to believe that that didn't hit the floor.
Yeah, this time Todd in the backfield. Probably be a handoff to him. Yes, it is, up this left-hand side.
Nice spin move, cutting back in. He's found a little bit of space, a bit of room, but closed immediately.
Yeah, he's not going to get anywhere there. I don't know if there's a flag down. It looked very close to a block in the back. One of the offensive
it's a towel
linemen.
on the floor.
Is it a towel on the floor? Yeah, it looked very close to a block in the back. The replay here, he comes around the, yeah, I think that's the block in the back from Pedro. Just unfortunately missed by the referees there. But still, the UWE defense keep them to a minimal gain. And third down now for the goal. And they need to get something going early here to try and get some of that momentum back. They obviously had it stung out of them at the end of that first half, and UWE going and scoring quickly. It is a sweep play to the left. And again, brought down, this time by Joe McGovern on the tackle.
Yeah, really good tackle there. Good pursuit from the UWE defenders. And like you say, Nottingham really needed something from that first drive. That first play just being a wayward pass that nearly got intercepted really put them on the back foot. And that's the last thing they needed coming into the second half, especially with the potential for a running clock should UWE score and make the 2-point conversion on this drive.
Yeah, Gold in punt formation. Ready to kick this one away. And it's blocked! It is blocked! Another block punt!
And great field position for UWE. Second block punt of the day. First one that counts. No laundry on the field. Best play in football right there. And UWE looking to put some more points on the board. Will be looking to do so from...
Yeah, Marlo Shawn was the one who blocked that punt. Number 4 for the UWE Bullets.
Yeah, and is it... Where is the ball? We're looking at less than 10 yards to go by the looks of it. It is going to be first and goal. No, it's first and 10. About the 15-yard line. I was looking at the wrong down marker.
Yeah, first and 10 for the Bullets. Gifted some field position. Got a different quarterback in there. It's Jamard Clark at quarterback taking the snap there and handing that one off to Mackenzie Ellis. So no Gretzinger here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, you know, obviously there is a gulf in scoreline at the moment, and it's worth getting some plays in for backups, try some different things out, but hopefully it's not because of that tackle that Ethan took early in the first half.
Yeah, I think this is probably just a precautionary thing from the Bullets. They've got really good field position, so maybe just trying to rest Gretzinger just in case he is a little bit in pain potentially with that knee. I mean, we don't know, we haven't had an update, but he seemed to finish out that first half, and Clark hands off again to Mackenzie Ellis, but he fumbles the ball, and that is picked up by the Nottingham Gold. Really nice play from the defence of the Gold. That is Sam Goodwin-Lyon there on the recovery. And a little bit of a blunder early for UWE there.
Yeah, it was all a bit lackadaisical, wasn't it? It was very much going through the motions by UWE. Nottingham attacking very well there, getting the ball back. One way to go, but that is exactly what this Nottingham team needed.
Yeah, big number 2. I don't have his name on the roster here, but he's made some plays today, and he was the one who forced the fumble on Mackenzie Ellis. And yeah, it looked like it was just a bit of a bad exchange there between the two players.
Yeah, and I mean that happens with backups, you know. This is why you get them in when you can, but gonna have to clear that up. They're going to the air, Nottingham, looking deep. There's nobody there but a UWE
off.
player. It's picked.
Yeah.
And there's space.
Franklin Jr. up that left-hand side.
There's
there is a flag. Yeah, flag down. Marlon Shaw, Franklin Jr. with the pick.
There's a flag in the middle of the field as well.
Yeah, so, I mean, the one on the return is going to be a block in the back or a hold. That one there, it could be a hold on the offensive lineman. It could be a rough in the passer.
Yeah, it could be a number of things. The one in the middle of the field is the interesting one here.
We'll find out from Patterson as he makes the call.
2 fouls during the play, both by the defence. After the interception, holding number 17, that penalty is declined. Prior to the interception, personal foul, roughing the passer.
Yeah.
Defence number 66, 15 yards from the previous spot, automatic, first down.
There we go, that was one of the penalties that I thought it potentially could be, roughing the passer. And Nottingham gifted with 15 yards there. After the interception that was thrown. There wasn't any receiver anywhere in the vicinity, Craig. It looked like he just threw that one up and hope.
Yeah, you saw him lining up to throw a nice deep pass there. And like you say, there was nobody about, but he does get 15 yards out of it with some, you know, a little bit of lack of discipline from UWE. No tackle made, broken tackle in the backfield, looking to get to the outside.
Yeah,
unable to.
Babs Falud there. Made the guy miss in the backfield, but Tony Anderson, good pursuit angle, able to bring him down for a short gain, restricted him from getting to the second level.
Yeah, he still managed to get some good yardage there on the run after the broken tackle, but there's going to be second in about 6 or 7 yards now.
Yeah, Jalen Todd out now, Babs Falud in the backfield. There's a run straight up the middle. Good blocking from the offensive lineman there. Big 65 with a punishing block down the field.
Yeah, that was really good work. The running back got a couple of extra yards there, so they are driving. They are making the most of these downs.
Yeah,
but this is a big play now.
Yeah, this is what Nottingham need right now. It's 3rd and short. It's 3rd and manageable, and they got the momentum there with the turnover, and it's exactly how they needed to start this first half. You know, on their first drive, not very successful, but win the ball back with your defense. Now what can you do? Can you drive down and score? And Jalen Todd gets the carry and gets another first down. He's still moving. Takes a load of defenders to bring it down. He's still going, and finally brought down. But strong running from number 40, Jalen Todd.
Yeah, he did a really good job. We'll see here in the replay. Nobody on UWE going low. He cuts back in really nicely here. Good block on the cutback, and just all the players are high, and that just allows him to keep churning those legs, and he made a good 7-8 yards out of that.
Yeah, it looks like UWE have called a timeout here.
7 minutes 17, 7-1-7. First charge timeout, UWE.
Yeah, UWE calling the timeout. Obviously not happy with these first few plays, and Nottingham Gold getting an advantage here on the UWE defense. It seems to be by the way of Jalen Todd again.
Yeah, Nottingham really taking advantage of the second wind that they've been given on this drive. You know, they got the turnover, then they got the penalty on what should have been a UWE turnover, and now they're just driving downfield, really taking advantage of the mistakes from UWE. Current scoreline 34-7 to the UWE Bullets over the Nottingham Gold. As a reminder, a place in the national final on the line here today. The winner will be playing Big Bucks Wednesday kickoff on a Tuesday, and that'll be against the winner of Durham versus Loughborough.
I think we can start penciling in Durham's name on that final. They're just a really strong force this season. They look the team to beat, and probably the favourite going into the final as well.
Absolutely. The way I mean, if we were to use the games played against UWE, Nottingham, everybody else in the league as a barometer, they are the force. They are the team with the target on the back.
Even in the game that UWE did beat them here at Hillside, they still played a fantastic game and very competitive. And that is down, and it's going to be a loss, a big loss. on the play.
Yeah, good job from UWE here. We see here on the far side. They just get through. Oh, yeah, no, it's the pursuit coming through off the edge.
Yeah, Andrew Hart there, 52, with the pursuit angle, making the tackle in the backfield. Obviously, the timeout worked for UWE there. And you got to be thinking that another play-action pass is probably going to happen soon.
Yeah, I think we'll see what they choose to do here. We're looking at about 2nd and 14 for Nottingham.
Yeah, motion to the right. It is a sweep to Todd on the right-hand side, and he's got strong running room again. It is Hart on the tackle again as well. And Jalen Todd, some really positive yards on the ground for his team. He is not giving up, that's for sure.
No, he's proven a lot about himself today. A lot of great determination, but good running here. Just finding just a small little lane to get through, but just good job from UWE being able to hold on to him, making strong tackles. Every tackle needs to be just that little bit more physical when you've got a running back who's just running downhill on you.
Yeah, again, he lines up in that I formation. 3rd down now for the goal. Handoff to Todd. And again, he skips a couple of tacklers.
He's going to get a first down by the looks of it.
Yeah, again, he skips a couple of tacklers and it's close to that first down marker. I think they're signaling 4th down.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right. Got ahead of myself on that one. But yeah, really strong running. He's showing no signs of slowing down, no signs of getting tired here. And the offensive line, you know, when you've got a running back that's a bit of a bruiser, it gives the offensive line just that little bit of a, you know, a little bit of momentum, to a little bit of excitement to just block downfield as well. Everybody on this offense getting a bit more violent on the, and we've got a 4th and short here for Nottingham.
Yeah, trying to draw UWE offside there, Burkill. And it is going to be a handoff to Todd. Tony Anderson is there, but I think he's falling forwards. I think that's going to be a goal first down. And again, that man, they are putting the game on number 40's back.
Yeah, and doing just enough. You know, we've seen UWE score from big plays here, but that's not the only way to play football. Take advantage of the time of possession. Take advantage of having the ball. You've got 4 downs to make 10 yards. Why not use them?
Yeah, they're really riding Jalen Todd like Seabiscuit right now. He is carrying this offense with the blocking from the offensive line.
And it's going to be a play action.
Yeah, Burkill rolling to the right, looking back to the left. Always dangerous trying to throw back across your body. He's got UWE defenders all over, but it falls incomplete. A very dangerous throw from the young quarterback.
Yeah, UWE looking for another interception there. Maybe feel that another one's probably on the cards considering how wayward some of these passes are. They need to keep going to the passing game occasionally to keep UWE honest, but the results really are in the run game today for Nottingham.
Yeah, Burkill in that I formation again. This time Babs Falud as his running back. Waits for that snap. And it is a handoff to Falud, who skips a man, but brought down by Micah Berra for a good little gain. And it looks like Jalen Todd is coming in. And UWE on defense making some subs as well.
Yeah, and UWE on defense probably getting a little bit tired. This has been a long drive. And mistakes can start to happen when you're worn down. These substitutions are important, especially when you're facing a bruiser.
So here we go. 3rd down. Motion man to the right. Handoff is to Todd. He goes up the middle, finds a big hole. And gets down. Good positive gain again. And that is going to be very close to a first down once again. I think it's just short. Yeah, 4th down.
Yeah, Nottingham huddling up, pretending that they're going to run a play that's not just dive down the middle with Todd.
Come on now.
No, they've got a lot in the playbook, but that's where the success has been. And on short yardage, I would expect to see it again here.
I think the playbook is now Todd right, Todd left. And there he is on the right this time, Todd right.
Yeah, made really good yardage there.
And I mean, why not, when you're having this so much success with this running back, why not just keep toting him the rock?
Exactly, and you know, not really feeling a lot of energy from that UWE side anymore. Even the tackles just seem a little bit lackadaisical compared to what they were doing to start with, and that can be because they're being worn down. The only problem Nottingham have with this tactic is it takes so much time off the clock.
Yeah, that's it. And in a game that you're chasing, you really can't afford to burn so much clock. You've almost got to have one breakaway run, because at the moment it's churning like 5 yards, 8 yards, 10 yards. You know, it's not quite enough to keep that clock to not be a factor. And again, a sweep to Todd. This time, Leon Klozovic says not this time, taps him on the helmet and says, well done, buddy. Good tackle from him.
Yeah, it was a really good tackle. Kept the gain to a minimum, probably a yard or two there at most. But again, the time coming off the clock here. I mean, it would have been interesting to see Nottingham go for this from the start of the game. You know, when time was on their side, when it was 0-0.
Yeah, hindsight's a wonderful thing, though, isn't it? I don't think that Todd was in their game plan, and there he is now. This time the UWE defense, 4 of them.
Oh yeah,
4 of them to bring him down. Andrew Hart amongst others, Micah Berra there as well. Bring him down, but yeah, I mean, it probably wasn't part of their game plan, the fact that he didn't play in the first quarter really at running back.
But the thing is, why not? You know, you're seeing what's happening here. A run game like this to start the game means you can open up that pass game later on. You know, time becomes less of a factor. Some of the mistakes that happened, we're seeing a completely different formation out of them now, and it's working. These are things that were clearly in the playbook.
Hey, last game of the year, Craig, can't hold him back now.
But they did. They did. For a whole half.
Here he is again, this time on the sweep to the right.
He's got some space. He's going to keep his feet moving. He might get the touchdown. It's going to be close.
I think he's just shy. Yeah, Keith Wickham just marking him shy. Maybe 2 yards. 1 yard, 2 yards to go for the end zone. Really nice run, and it's looking likely that Nottingham are going to get another score on the board, which is great for momentum. But as you said earlier, clock is going to start to become a factor if this is the offense moving forward.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see, because UWE are going to be getting the ball back. Are they going to go with the backups in again? Obviously, maybe not, considering how this drive has gone for Nottingham.
Is it too early to go for an onside kick here if you're not? So if you know you're running the ball and you know you're running out of time, is it too early to go for an onside?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
0-2-4, 24 seconds. Second charge
from what you've seen from
UWE.
for 3 quarters of this game, there's been a couple of mistakes, but very minimal. If you're kicking the ball back to them, I think, you know, we've seen it in previous games where the decision to kick the ball back to UWE has caused UWE to win, you know. It's almost been handing the ball over and go, here you go, lads, go to the final.
Yeah, well, look at what happened towards the end of that second half. Nottingham scored, they kicked the ball back to UWE. 2 plays later, suddenly you're in the end zone, and it can happen just as quickly as that. But I think Nottingham have got to roll the dice here a little bit. I think if this is their game plan now, they're just going running Todd into the ground, then that's fine. But you've got to onside kick it to try and win the ball back. That's my opinion anyway.
Well, I mean, look at the scoreline. They score here, get an extra point. They're still down 20. Obviously, with the way how they play compared to UWE, it's 3 scores with 3 extra points, which we know Nottingham, you know, they're capable of doing. Are they going to be capable of doing that when they're taking so long to drive down the field? Again, if this was a game plan from the start of the game, it'd be a very, very interesting game. Now it's going to be tough. Not out of the realms of possibility, but it's going to be tough.
Yeah, it's not. And I think it's a little bit disappointing that they didn't show this in the first quarter, because they're having so much success with it. And there he is again, Jalen Todd. There might have been a flag by the back judge. Just waiting to see on the ground. It looked like something flew up in the air. Maybe it's my eyes deceiving me and it was just a goal player, but going to be second down and goal now. He lost maybe about 1 yard there.
Yeah, but it did take 5 UWE players to get him down.
They're going to have to do that. And Nottingham, they're going to have to do something slightly different and maybe go play action pass.
This is the end of the third quarter.
Because UWE are expecting the run. And that is the end of the third quarter. So 1 quarter to play and 12 minutes to go in this National Premier BUCS semi-final between the UWE Bullets and the Nottingham Gold Students.
Yeah, and UWE have only had 2 plays on offense that entire quarter. And one of them was a fumble.
Yeah, right. You're right. Yeah, they have, and there you go then. So they've taken almost the whole quarter to drive the field and score that touchdown. So time really starting to be a factor for this Gold offense and this Gold team in general.
Yeah, obviously Nottingham started with the ball, had to punt, it was blocked. UWE had the ball in the Nottingham 15, 2 plays later, fumbled it, and we're still on that same drive. We're still on that same drive going into the 4th, and again, if this was going into the 2nd quarter and it was 0-0, UWE they'd be in all sorts, you know, but being up as much as they are, I think they're ready to ride out this 4th quarter.
You could see that sun going down there, Craig. I did take my glasses off, but it's starting to peek back out again, and we've been struggling to see the monitor all day because of this sun, and I thought we were quids in then because it was going down, but
I just didn't want to get caught with it not being sunny and having the shades on, because it's a very it's an arrogant look.
Hey, I don't mind it.
Nottingham going to start this 4th quarter, 3rd down and 1 yard.
Yeah, Todd's still in the backfield, and you've got to think that they're giving him this rock. Heavy set. There he is, makes a man miss, but he's gonna be tackled. Yeah, really nice play. A couple of UWE defenders there getting through the line, and some afters and chippiness, and a flag comes down.
I don't know if you can throw a flag there. Everybody was tangled up.
Oh,
okay, now there's another flag. Now it's too much.
I feel like that last one is definitely on UWE, I think. I don't know about the first one right now.
Yeah, I hope the first one's not like aggravating while the player's down, because everybody was all tangled up. Somebody looked like they were about to get Alabama slammed.
Whose signature move was that? Alabama slam. I'm trying to think. Was it Al Snow?
Hardcore Holly.
Hardcore Holly?
It was a deep cut, but not many people do that move, so.
Here we go, is the call.
There are 2 dead ball fouls after the play, both by the defense. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 42. After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, 52 defense. Their first of the game. Both fouls will be enforced, 1st down.
So both the fouls going against UWE there, not what you want from a UWE perspective, but from a Nottingham Gold,
yeah, Nottingham
really useful.
The foul after the play was on number 52 for UWE, and it's interesting. I was hearing Nottingham start shouting 52-52 before that play started. So I don't know if there was something chippy happening before that play even started that bled over.
Love that. The quarterback going to the coordinator saying, "What's the play? Come on, we know. Is it Todd right or is it Todd left?"
That's all he needs to know. Give me an L or an R.
Yeah, he's been really... He deserves to be on the end zone here, Jalen Todd. He's ran really hard.
Yeah, he's done really, really well in the 2nd half. And towards the end of the 1st half as well, to be honest.
Another whistle and another timeout. The referee's pointing at Nottingham, but it's on the UWE sideline, so I'm guessing
11
that's
minutes
a UWE
44,
timeout.
11-4-4. 3rd and final charge timeout, UWE.
Yeah, UWE's 3rd and final timeout. 11 minutes and 44 seconds, I think he said, on the clock. The time running out, but Nottingham knocking on the door.
Yeah, 11:44, so we've only had 16 seconds, and I feel like a lot's happened in this 4th quarter, despite the ball not moving too much. Let's see how the end of this game goes. Nottingham in prime position here to double their score to 14, make it a 20-point game. And UWE just 11 minutes, 44 seconds to stamp their ticket to the national final once again.
Yeah, it seems like UWE have been almost like it's meant to happen every year right now with what UWE produce and the players that they recruit into this program, as it is a recruitment battle now. I mean, these days there was some players that ended up going to other teams as well, and I'm sure there was other players who were meant to be on other teams who've come here as well. So it's always that battle of recruitment right now, and it's something that is changed in the National Premiership, and I feel like Durham are really doing the right things at the moment as well in terms of their successes, and you can see it with the results that they've been having on paper. And it is a QB sneak from Birkhill. It's very close. There's a lot of bodies there. No signal from the referees yet. They're going to have a look.
They're giving the touchdown.
Yeah, touchdown, QB sneak for Birkhill. He just turned his back and pushed up against his offensive line. There is a UWE player down injured.
Yeah,
we'll wait to check on him.
Hopefully nothing too serious. But we're going to have to wait for this to be resolved before Notts go for the extra point. As we see a replay of the touchdown here, just backing it up into the UWE front there.
Backing it up like?
I'm too uncool to answer this one.
Wrestler, come on, another wrestler. We were on wrestlers just a minute ago. Hardcore Holly. Who backed it up?
I mean, a lot of them did. Depends what era we're talking about. Are we going Godfather backing it up?
We're going that era, but not the Godfather. Thinking more of the guy with the massive ass.
But badass Billy Gunn.
Oh, no. Mr. Rikishi, I was thinking of. He backed it up.
Of course he did. Of course he did. More appropriate attire from the players on the field than we ever got from Rikishi.
Well, I just don't know what to say about that. I'm lost for words.
UWE player still down. But he is being seen to by the physio down there. And hopefully, as we say, nothing too serious. Hopefully we're able to see the player get off on his own accord.
That sun is just becoming at a really awful level now. It's like in everybody's eyes, so it's going to affect people in the passing game. He's nipping off.
It doesn't look good, but he is able to get off under his own weight, which is always good to see. But looks like maybe a rolled ankle or something. There was a massive pile up there.
Yeah, it looks like Andrew Hart, I think 52, I think is the player that's going off gingerly.
Well, at least he can't follow up on his unsportsmanlike, I suppose.
So the Gold opting for the extra point. Lining up for this kick. It's up, and I think it's good.
Yeah, looks good. And now we get to see, I do expect Nottingham to go for the onside kick here.
I mean, they have to. They have to go for an onside kick here. The way that one drive took the entire quarter, they've got to try and win the ball back and get a short field position to try and get more points on the board, to try and get back in this game. Right now, 20 points, the deficit, still 3 touchdowns from leveling this one up. But they've got a tall task, have they, Nottingham? But they're still within a chance, and never out of this one.
No, not at all. We've seen some absolutely blinding games here at Hillside Gardens, all coming down to the wire, some big deficits overcome, like battles all the way through, and Nottingham have the caliber of players to make this interesting. They just need to get that ball back as soon as they possibly can.
I think the kicker's different. Yeah, there we go. Surprise onside kick. It's a dog pile. I don't know who's got it.
It's going to be close. It's a very interesting approach to the onside kick.
Yeah, it was a different kicker out there as well. I'm not sure. No signal from the referees yet. It looks like a UWE player has got it. Yeah, UWE player has got that under there. But nice design of onside kick there.
Yeah, we're going to see it again here on the replay. They just drive down the middle with everybody. just cause absolute chaos and hope.
It's in that area of not quite 10 yards, so as a UWE player, you don't want to touch that ball before 10 yards because then it becomes live. But it's that kind of, oh, do I just want to be safe and just put my body on it?
And Nottingham are close to touching that as well with how quick they kick it forward. That's a very dangerous setup, but nearly worked out for them.
Yeah, it was a really good kick, and this one is a jet sweep to the left-hand side. He skips out of bounds. Probably shouldn't be
going out of bounds.
You want to let the clock roll, so receiver there on the jet sweep. Eduardo Carucci probably should have cut back inside, but
yeah, especially only for a 1 yard gain. And these are the things. These are the decisions that can really make a difference when things get tight. Just having the wherewithal of how the game is running.
Yeah, still no Gretzinger on the field, which is the most notable thing, I think. And Jamar Clark takes this snap and runs it himself.
Keeps driving, good work. And tackled eventually.
Yeah, and that's going to be another UWE first down.
Yeah, and I think if you're UWE here, you just take your time.
Yeah, they don't need to rush, but they are going no huddle, and they are lining up really quickly. See, hungry for more points, but say just burn some of that clock. They know Nottingham are going to run the ball load, so why not burn it? This time the handoff to Ellis.
Well, I guess the approach is like, unless there's a big play, which there very well could be with how Nottingham are running the ball, but unless there's a big play, Nottingham aren't threatening to score quickly.
No, they really aren't, and like you say, the only way they're going to do that is by getting a game-breaking big run, which hasn't really happened so far. I think the biggest run they had was about 20 yards, maybe 25, up this right-hand side with Todd, but everything else has been grinding. There's a low snap, ball's on the ground again. And the last time the UWE offense were out, it did end in a fumble, didn't it? It was a bad exchange from quarterback and running back. Jamar Clark not the usual starting quarterback. Ethan Gretzinger still on the sideline with his helmet. He's still got his helmet, so potentially could come back in the game, but maybe they're just protecting him. Clark stays in there with Ellis to his right. Spread formation. This time Clark is going look to pass. It is underthrown and almost intercepted. That was tight coverage there. 2 men on the coverage.
Yeah, Nottingham kind of 19 and 34, just kind of got in each other's way there. Otherwise, that would have been an interception. So we see this play again in the replay. Just 2 players just bouncing off of each other. If that didn't happen, that's an interception.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think if those 2 players do not collide there, that's going to get picked off. Signals coming in. It is 4th down. UWE offense staying out there. You know, they don't kick field goals, so.
No, and I'd like to see them run the ball here, just to even take like 5-6 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, they are. They run it. It is Clark to the left-hand side. He's going to get about 3 or 4 yards, but turnover on downs for the Gold, and good start for them. But they need to score fast, Craig.
Yeah, they've got 10 minutes to score 3 touchdowns, which can definitely be done. It just depends on whether they're able to get big plays or not. Like we said, it took them over a whole quarter to drive down the field and score their touchdown, the only touchdown of this second half. They can't afford for that to happen again.
Yeah, you've got to think that they've got to at some point put it in the hands of Burkill to try and find some receivers downfield, but right now Todd in the backfield.
Yeah, this is very interesting as they go to the ground again. Cuts up.
And again, Todd with the elusive run-in, the little step and go, 1 cut and go, and really strong running from him.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job. We'll see it here. Some UWE defenders just over pursuing, gives the little whoop, causing 2 players to miss, running into each other, gets enough for the first down.
Really nice jump cut from Todd to the left-hand side, evading the tackle of Kosovic.
Expect them to go to him once again here, out of the I formation, and they do. He's going up the middle. Tackled immediately this time.
Yeah, this time nowhere to go for Todd. And Mark Anthony Canapu on the tackle.
Yeah, really good work from the UWE defense there. Just driving forward, understanding that they need to come in numbers to make sure the tackle is completed as we get second down here for Nottingham.
And again, it's this time at the left-hand side for Todd. Again, he's going nowhere, and this time the UWE defense stands strong. 3rd and long for Notts. And time really is not on their side here. UWE found some answers now for this run game. And players getting really chirpy in the middle still. Coaches shouting instructions. You can hear Coach T from this side, on the opposite sideline, but we can hear him shouting instructions saying, get him away, get him away.
Well, yeah, this is, UWE are in control here. If Nottingham, want to run the ball this late into the game, it's their best option, but it's not going to go far. There is a flag.
Yeah, delay a game penalty, I think, coming here.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 40. Their first of the game. 15-yard penalty, it remains 3rd down.
Wow, not what I was expecting. I was expecting delay a game with a flag that late, but obviously Jalen Todd had said something.
Yeah, it's definitely something said in the huddle there.
Yeah, now Nottingham really in a deep hole. 3rd and a mile.
Yeah, which is a shame because, he's been playing well. He probably doesn't want to be a reason that they lose 15 yards, but he's the reason that they've scored. He's the reason that they've played well. It's just a shame that this is the approach that's been taken for the second half from Notts.
Yeah, it's a shame, and it's 3rd and long, and again the carry to Todd up the right-hand side, but again the UWE defense have the answer for it. They've got his number now.
Yeah, taking away that cutback lane, forcing him to the outside, arriving in numbers.
Oh, more afters here, more afters.
No, looks like UWE trying to walk away here.
Yeah, Nottingham still going after them. What you don't want is a UWE player is to get ejected in this game.
No.
So Leon Kozovic needs to watch it here. He's clapping the sideline. He doesn't want to get himself in trouble with the referees, because if you're UWE, you're looking like the favourite to win this game, and you do not want to be suspended for that final.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of shouting from the Nottingham sideline as well. A lot of frustrations,
6 minutes 46,
understandable.
6:46. First charge timeout, Nottingham.
I think head coach there, Jason Scott, just calling the timeout just to calm his players down.
Well, he's definitely not calming his players down.
A few heated players on the sideline, and obviously taking time. I think he's having a word with the officials as well.
Yeah, just to see what's going on. Obviously, for a lot of these players, it's the last game that they'll be playing a university ball, so there's going to be a lot of tension, a lot of emotions, knowing that this is the end for them.
Yeah, it is always sad, isn't it, when you're coming to the end of that uni ball career and you play your last game. We've obviously both been through that experience as well. It can be a little bit emotional, and it's an opportunity that you only have for a certain amount of time, and once that's over, we're restrictive of what we do. So it does mean a lot to these players.
Yeah, exactly. And I think some of the chippiness from players comes from them not being able to play as well as they would normally play, not getting the opportunities that they would normally get, not feeling like they've contributed, and that really gets to you as a player. You want to be part of the team. And yeah, I just think some of the players here just recognizing it's coming to the end, things are getting heated, things are getting frustrating. And also, when you're playing a hard-hitting game like this second half has been, very physical, big tackles, on both sides, like big running plays. When it's that physical, tensions do get a little bit higher. Hopefully the players on the field have managed to calm down a little bit more than the players on the sideline have.
Yeah, the players on the sideline still shouting out lots of things. I think that's number 17, Daniel Pedro there, really having a go at some of the UWE players on the field. He needs to be careful, because the referees, if they hear that, and start getting involved. And a short punt down by Redhead, and a helmet's come flying off from a player now.
Nope. Hopefully
Even
everything...
more drama going on in the middle of the field. Wonder if we can get a shot of that replay. Helmet on the ground.
Saw some handshakes from some of the players that were getting a bit chirpy earlier, so it looks like they're burying the hatchet a little bit, but UWE will be coming onto offense.
Yeah, unfortunately our replay camera didn't quite get that altercation, so no replay for you there. But UWE offense back onto the field. Now we see Simon Alafa now at quarterback.
Yeah, running up the middle.
UWE just running this kind of wildcat offense right now, and takes a direct snap and takes it for about a gain of 7 on first down.
Yeah, UWE looking to the sideline for the next play, taking their time a little bit here, running the clock down a little bit.
Yeah, and why not? I mean, you're in control of the game. It's a smart thing to do. Run the ball, run the clock. This time tackle for loss, and again, more afters, more flags coming in. This time a UWE player down. And the referee's really got to get control of this one, Craig, otherwise it could start getting really ugly.
Yeah, I think it's hard to know what's just playing as hard as you can till the whistle and what's having a little bit extra, because it really felt like UWE players there maybe a little bit after the whistle. But obviously everything that's been given has been received as well.
Yeah, you saw a UWE player on his back.
Yeah, I don't think that's how it started.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense number 68. Down counts, 15-yard penalty, third down.
That was unnecessarily roughness against Ezzy there.
Yeah, I was going to say, I did see a UWE player maybe getting flipped over after causing some problems. Don't think it was Esri though.
Yeah, he's the one they called the flag on.
Yeah.
So that's what they got. But 2nd and a mile now for UWE. But you've got to expect them just to run the ball here, burn some more clock. There's the jet sweep.
He's found some space.
Yeah, Jamard Clark on the jet sweep. Electric in the run game today on those jet sweeps has been Clark.
Yeah, UWE have done a fantastic job of, using the whole width of the field today.
Yeah, my apologies, that was 3rd down, so it is 4th down now. I think the punter is out, Josh Gill. Yeah, UWE substitutions and are going to punt this one away. You see the referee standing there with the ball. They've got to allow Nottingham to make substitutions because UWE did. A good officiating from this crew. Josh Gill ready to kick this one away.
Well, he's dropped it. And he's fumbled it. It's going to be a touchdown for Nottingham. After the fumble, number 23 for Nottingham, able to pick the ball up out of the hands. There is a UWE player down, but that is going to be a touchdown for Nottingham.
I tell you what, it is not over until it's over. And what a play from Nottingham there, taking advantage of that and running it in for 6. And you can hear the players over the field microphone. Real happy with that, just waiting for that replay. Here it comes. Ready for the snap here to Gill. See what happened. He just dropped the ball, Craig.
Yeah, just straight out of his hands.
Yeah, and then he
shoots there immediately.
He just gets tackled and loses the ball, and that man there for Nottingham, number 23, runs that one back. That is Josh Moyobo with the touchdown for the Gold, and suddenly game on.
Yeah, I mean, Nottingham have need something to go their way, and 6 points going their way is huge.
Yeah, there is still a UWE player down. That's why we're delayed right now. There's a UWE player down on the field getting tended to by the physios. And it looks like he's sat up now, which is positive. They're taking their time with him. It is Josh Gill, the punter, who was down. He is off the field now under his own power. So Nottingham Gold ready to kick this extra point. And again, if they get this, it's 13 points, 2 scores, about 4.5 to go. Real close game now, Craig.
Yeah, I mean, and we've called it from the start of the half that Nottingham could easily come back from this. We just needed some big plays, some quick scores. What quicker way to score than on a turnover?
Yeah, on a special teams play, and that's the game-breaking type of play that they needed. They needed something like that to get back in this game, and you've got to think they're going onside kick again.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a different style of offensive onside kick here, but
you can't surprise twice in the same way.
No, you can't. And I think the problem with UWE right now is they've just coasted. Yeah. I think in the second half they benched Gretzinger, probably under precaution. You've got to see him back out on offense now. Like, it's a 2-score game. He's got to be back out there. You've got to. I just don't know what they're doing. I would not be taking my starting quarterback out of the game until I know the game is done.
Yeah, as we see Nottingham coming out with different kicker setting up for the onside kick. We'll see what they go for. We're seeing how UWE are lined up. Everybody kind of closer than they were before. And once this is done, we can go back to what we expect to see from the UWE offense. Maybe a more traditional onside kick this time. Referee over the ball, so maybe some words were had over.
I'm pretty sure this is going left. There's 6 of them on the left there.
Yeah, coming down the middle. They're going to...
Oh, really weird. Oh, that's horrible. It's gone backwards. It's gone backwards.
And somebody's gone down. There's going to be a flag. It's going to be on UWE.
There'll be a flag on that onside kick as well. So we'll see if it's during the play, because this down could be replayed here, depending on what the foul is.
Yeah, and they're going for like a little rugby crossfield kick there, which is an interesting tactic.
Yeah, just the execution was horrible, though. I mean, it went backwards.
Yeah, I mean, minus yards on a kickoff is something special. As we just wait to hear what happens. Less than 5 minutes to go. Our clock is unofficial, but roughly we try to keep it as close to correct as we can.
Just waiting for Patterson's call here. I'm really intrigued to know what these penalties are, and he's calling over another referee now for a conference. They want to get this right because they know it is an important call.
Yeah, because well, we'll see what happens.
My gut feeling is it's a UWE ball anyway.
Result of the play is recovery by UWE because of the illegal touching. After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness on UWE. UWE will keep the ball 15 yards back. First down.
There we go, yeah. So I did think it was going to be a UWE ball still, but 15 yards for the unnecessary roughness.
Yeah, it's interesting because I did see the Notts player go down, but it's hard to tell because these are, if the ball had gone forward, that looked like it was a perfectly legal block.
Yeah, it's one of those judgment calls, isn't it? It's the way that they saw it, and the way that they saw it was unnecessary roughness. They said it was after the play, so after the whistle. So I don't think it's what kind of contact it was. I think it was just too late.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, going into UWE in this offense, they're going to be cold. And I think that's showing.
And Gretzinger still not out there. There's a handoff to Ellis. If you're Nottingham here, you probably use your timeouts, don't you?
I don't know. You've tackled them for a loss. UWE, unless they start using the entire play clock, then... Because we saw them in the first drive when we thought they would start taking their time. They came out in no huddle and started rushing to make something happen when there was no need to.
Yeah, UWE in that wildcat still. Simon Alafa brings Crawford. Brings Jamar Clark in motion.
And he's going to be tackled in the backfield. And Nottingham are absolutely swarming this UWE offense. all the momentum on Nottingham right now. 2 scores to go. Is there enough time?
You can suddenly just hear the change in the attitude of the Nottingham players on this sideline, just hyping each other up again. It was a period where they just went really silent, but suddenly they're amped up again and behind their team. But I still think time is a factor for them, and I don't feel that there's enough time to come back. Unless there's a defensive touchdown.
It really depends. It really depends. Anything can happen. This game is special in how quickly things can change for teams. Nottingham definitely still in it. I think some players shed some tears too soon because they are well within this if they get a big stop or a turnover here.
Here's another run play. This time Mackenzie Ellis jumps off a defender and gets some positive gains for UWE. It is going to be 4th down and about 6.
Yeah, and I expect them to punt. Despite the calamity of the last one, I do expect them to punt here still. Make Nottingham go the full length of the field twice.
Yeah, you can see Coach Dan Mayer there telling everyone to calm down, just gesturing to his players, just calm down guys, we've got this. We don't need to panic right now, we are in control of this game, we've got the clock on our side, we're 2 scores up. They've got a long mountain to climb still if they want to win this game with the gold.
Here we have a different punter.
Yeah, obviously Gill did go off injured. You can see them. They're probably going to take the delay game. And I think that's a smart play there if you take the delay game because you give yourself a little bit more extra room.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Yeah, smart play there. You give yourself a bit more room and able to punt this. I mean, if you're Bill Belichick, you decline it, right? I mean, if you're coaching against Bill Belichick, you decline it.
Yeah, let's see what can happen in these last few minutes here. There's a lot of pressure on this punt.
Yeah, why wouldn't there be after you've just fumbled one? You've got to get the kick away, and they do. It is a low kick.
It's fine. It's stopped.
I think the goal player may have touched that.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of cheering.
I think the goal player may have touched that, and there is a conflab going on.
And they're discussing it. It looks like it's been given to UWE.
I think Keith Wickham just touched his shoulder, which meant that player touched the ball.
The ruling on the field was the kick was touched by the receiving team, then recovered by the kicking team. 1st down, UWE.
Yeah, and it was. That's a calamity of errors there for the gold. It just touched his back.
Look at this, he doesn't get around.
Yeah, it touches his butt. It touches his butt and it gets...
This is the 2-minute warning at 1:54.
Just here, yeah, you see it change direction.
Yeah, it just bounces up and hits him in the butt and then goes down. But it definitely touches him.
Yeah, if he reduced his max squat by about 20 kilos, that might not have happened.
Yeah, and it just bounced up. It was just unfortunate for him. I mean, he wasn't in a bad position. It's just the bounce of the ball.
Absolutely. And now ball security, super important. Staying in bounds, super important.
Yeah, nice run from the Bullets. Don't know if they ruled him out of bounds or in bounds there. Now you can hear head coach Jason Scott there arguing with the referee.
Yeah, arguing on a correct call, but he doesn't know that. He hasn't seen the he hasn't seen the footage.
He doesn't have the video replay like we do.
Understandably upset with how this game has gone for Nottingham.
Yeah,
despite playing well.
Nice run from Ellis there. Gets his team for another 1st down. And I think he's even more kind of animated because the game's close and he knows that they've got an opportunity to get back into the game.
Absolutely. That's, you know, he could feel the momentum shift. You know, I think a lot of questions that might be asked weren't going to be asked, you know.
Yeah, you can see Jason Scott, he's really not happy. He's walked all the way down the other side of the field shaking his head, but it definitely was the right call by the officials.
Yeah, as we see UWE getting closer and closer to score. Nearly a tackle in the backfield. Good running, but really good tackle there.
And who's that man on the tackle? It's Jalen Todd.
Once again.
Yeah, nice running from Ellis late on in this game. Just need to protect the ball if you're a UWE player. Just not fumble the ball. Hold on to it, 2 hands into contact.
Yeah, ball security super important here. As UWE getting ready for this second down.
Yeah, Alafa takes the snap, runs to his left, and he's getting close to the goal line.
And he's...
Is he fumbled that in the end zone? It's very close.
We're just waiting to hear from the referees.
Can't quite see in this left-hand side. Well, yeah, touchdown. There we go. Yeah, touchdown. I think he fumbled it, and then it just got recovered in the end zone. We'll see if our replay camera picked that one up, because really interesting play. Yeah, there's
see the ball go while he's in the air. Good attempt to the tackle, and yet recovered.
Who is that number? Is that Sam East? Is that number 20? It's 4th touchdown of the day.
Yeah, that ball goes flying.
Can't quite see the number. This run, is it Sam East?
Hard to tell. Hard to tell if it's a fumble as well.
Yeah, yeah. Sam East's 4th touchdown of the game. I don't think that's how he'd expect his 4th touchdown to come, but the recovery in the end zone. Really nice kind of awareness to jump on that ball and know that it was a fumble, because it looked really close to not being a fumble from our angle. Alafa's going to throw. It's a loopy ball to the left-hand side to Sam East, and Sam East goes up and gets it, and we've got an octopus.
A fumble recovery to a reception. The classic octopus.
The classic octopus there. 42 points now to UWE, Nottingham 21, and the writing is on the wall now. You can see Gretzinger and Jadrian Clark celebrating on the sideline. You can see Clark saying, yeah, Alafa, that was a dime. I don't think it was. It was more of a grenade shot.
Well, it's still in the air. He threw that one up, but hey, he put it where only his man was able to get it in the end. Put 2 points to just to button up this game and secure their trip to the final.
I just hope he pulled the pin out before he threw that. You know, the rules are if you're going to throw it like that, you've got to pull the pin out of the grenade first and then launch it.
And you got to go like it's a Pro Bowl. But yeah, it's been an interesting second half.
It's been a weird second half.
Yeah.
Like, no Gretzinger on the field. UWE fumble in their first possession. Notts have the ball for the whole entire third quarter to score 1 touchdown. Get back in the game with a dropped punt snap and then score. And now UWE have driven down the field and scored. I mean, it's been a roller coaster of a second half, but maybe that's because, as you said earlier, UWE being a bit nonchalant with things. That was the word you've used. You've used that a couple of times today. And
I don't have a wide vocabulary, so when I find a word, I have to use it multiple times.
Yeah, and for me, it just feels like UWE were cruising a bit and going through the motions in that second half. And I can understand why, but you've got to put this game away first before you can start thinking about the final.
It comes down to 2 things, I think. For the possession, for their second possession of this half, which happened in the 4th quarter, as UWE kick it off, it is going to be returned, and there's a tackle immediately.
Yeah, obviously without Josh Gill kicking away now, so interesting kickoff there from UWE.
Yeah, going back to what I was saying, you know, the UWE defense on the field for the entire third quarter, they're going to get tired. The UWE offense on the sideline for the entire third quarter, they're going to get cold. And I think both those things showed. Like you said, this game would have been very interesting had the approach from Nottingham, what they did in the third quarter, if they did that in the first. Very, very interesting game. But they've played extremely well. You know, Nottingham can hold their heads high. I don't think the scoreline does justice to how physical they've been today, how well they've run the ball. You know, they're down a starting quarterback as well. They played very well in the semi-final.
I think you're right there, and I think you mean this. I think when you say the scoreline is not to how physically they played, I do feel like it's a true reflection of how the game's gone, though. and that being that Nottingham obviously controlled the ball in that third quarter, ran all the clock out, and UWE just a little bit cold on offense coming out.
Yeah, and I mean, again, I know it's a broken record at this point, but like,
trick play.
Oh, and it's nearly intercepted.
They tried the reverse pass, but UWE were not fooled by it and almost intercepted. I think that was the last play of the game, and there we go.
This is the end of the game.
Your first team into the National BUCS Premiership Final are the home side UWE Bullets, winning this one 42-21 against the University of Nottingham Gold students.
Yeah, good game played today here at Hillside Garden. It always is between these two teams. UWE will be advancing. Nottingham with an unfortunately long trip home today.
Yeah, and you've got to feel for some of these players. We talked about it earlier. It'll be their last game for their club today, and you can see some emotional signs on the sideline. But they played really hard today, Nottingham, and they've had a lot of adversity not having their starting quarterback. Defensively, I think they were solid to start with. They dropped off a little bit towards the end of the game. I think Jalen Todd's been a star for them all day. I think Redhead's been pretty good for them as well on defense. Number 2's been really good. We don't have a name for him, but number 2's been really good for them on defense as well.
Yeah, 24 Schofield, he played really well in that first half as well. They have a lot to be happy about, you know. They definitely went out on their shield today, but not enough to overcome the home team, UWE Bullets, that will be going to their 5th national championship in a row.
Yeah, and it's always a tough hill to climb, is it, coming to Hillside Gardens and playing against these UWE Bullets, because you know what they're going to be bringing. They're going to bring a high caliber of football. It's going to be high intensity, hard hitting, and explosive.
Yeah, and they showed that in the first half, not so much in the second. I think that second half is going to be mainly what's played on the huddle channels, you know, to go over how this game went. UWE should be extremely happy that they're going to the national final. Just some things for them to pick up, but luckily they've got 10 days before they have to hit the field again.
Yeah, they've got a nice break now. I do feel like we have seen some kind of discipline from the UWE Bullets today. There could have been plenty more penalties which they could have committed, and I think they've showed a vast improvement from their last couple of games in that area.
Yeah, especially in that third quarter. You know, the Nottingham offense was just wearing them down. They were taking 4 downs to make their 10 yards. They were taking full advantage of how this game is played, and sometimes that can just get very frustrating for a defense to just deal with that over and over again, and they did a fantastic job of keeping their heads, you know, straight. And yeah, there was a couple of mishaps along the way, but this is an emotional game. Tensions are high. Players take a lot of pride in their ability, and but like you say, they managed to overcome those wants to get a little bit more violent than the game calls for.
Yeah, that's it. We've seen a chippy game all game as well. There could have quite easily been more unsportsmanlike fouls. And in a game where you're in a semi-final and you know you're playing for a place in the National Premiership Final, what you don't want to do is get ejected so you miss that game. You know, that would be heartbreaking for some people.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You work hard all year, you know. It's fitting all this in around your studies as well, you know, and to miss out on the biggest opportunity to play with your teammates, your brothers, everything you've worked together for, to miss out on that would be terrible. So I'm glad they were all able to keep their heads, and we'll all be on that coach to Loughborough.
Yeah, Loughborough will be the host of the finals, and it's looking quite likely. I mean, I'm not going to count, as I said earlier, I'm not going to count out any team, but I feel like it's Durham's year to be in the final, and I feel like they're the favourites as well going into that final, handing UWE that big defeat the second time they played them. But obviously they've split their games this year. UWE beat them in the first game, Durham beat them in the second game, but convincingly beat them in the second game.
And I think that's what it comes down to, is that word convincingly. You know, it's I think that's the mindset that's going to be going into this final. I think the first game, nobody's going to be considering that one. I think Durham are going to be going into this final knowing what they're capable of doing against this UWE team. But this UWE team are going to be determined to not let that happen again. I think whatever happens on that Tuesday in Loughborough, you are all in for an absolute treat of a game.
You are, and stay with us, because Player interviews will be coming. You see the UWE players there. Kretzinger, almost like he's conducting a band, getting them ready for that photograph over there.
I hope he wasn't thinking about this the whole second half. But they do want to get a nice picture of them ready for the final.
I mean, he didn't really have anything else to think about the second half.
No,
He didn't play,
true.
did he?
That's true. That's very true.
He was on the sideline.
That's very true. But it is good to see the team following him like you should with the quarterback.
Yeah, and
he needs to take his helmet off, though. There we go.
I'm pretty sure that was just a precautionary thing from UWE, because you can see him. He's moving around fine. He looks okay. He doesn't look hurt or injured. So it's probably just a precautionary thing to sit him on the sideline. They obviously felt that they'd done enough in the first half to put this game away. And although Nottingham did fight back and had an opportunity to get back in the game, UWE just too strong for them.
Yeah, and it was the approach Nottingham took. You know, you're down a lot, going to the run game, wearing them down. That's not a third quarter tactic with 12-minute quarters. So UWE celebrating as they should, go into another national final. Very happy for the players and for the coaches.
Yeah, and UWE obviously going for their 5th championship in the row. They'll be going for their 6th championship in total as a franchise, as a university. So really good accomplishments from this team, and they're really making a legacy and a dynasty here in this BUCS Premiership. Just some nice shots there. Coach Dan Mayer giving instruction to his team and celebrating. And I'm sure he's saying what the winners get. Brownies. See the victory brownies are a bit of a tradition for the UWE Bullets. Something which has continued probably for the last sort of like 5 or 6 years now with this program. They're just waiting for someone from that UWE team to come over for an interview. Some quality football on show today from both of these sides, and it looks like it's shaping up to be another fantastic final at Loughborough University. Stick with us. Player or coach interviews coming right up. So I am joined by Simon and Mackenzie here, two running backs for the UWE Bullets. Guys, how does it feel to be in the National Premiership final?
All the hard work throughout the season, all the hard games, like the big hits, the conditioning, it was all worth it. And for this moment, for the finals, we're excited to play Durham, real excited.
It's a great feeling, but it's where we're meant to be. Job's not finished. Gotta keep working. This is the biggest time of the year now. Everything's happened in the past. It's time to go finish the job.
What are you guys most happy with the performance that you put on today? Was it more the offensive side of the ball, the defensive side of the ball, or what was it? What was the thing that kind of made you most happy about today?
I think for me, it was how we all came together. Like, it got a bit scrappy at parts, but we all kept each other up, all kept our discipline, and we just pulled out, played the game we know we can play.
End of the day, everyone puts in hard work. Everyone wants to win the game. It feels nice to be with my brother in the backfield, going together. But we just did what we're meant to do. We're meant to win, and we're going to keep on going and finish the job.
Yeah, I can understand as well. It did get quite a bit chirpy out there as well at times, a little bit chippy. How do you kind of like restrict yourself from getting involved in that so you don't get penalties?
I think for me, you just got to let your play do the talk. Like, if someone wants to talk their stuff, just run over them the next play.
End of the day, talking shit is part of the game, talking shit is part of the game. Like, everyone's going to talk, but end of the day, it's about the results. When they don't talk shit to me, well, we were always winning, so I let them know the scoreboard, let them know the season's done, and you carry on playing, let them know that we've got a finals to prepare for. Don't have to worry about you guys.
All right, I love that, guys. Congratulations. I'll let you go and celebrate with your team. Well done, and good luck in the National BUCS final. You deserve it. Well done, guys. So I'm now joined by UWE Bullets offensive coordinator, Jadrian Carp. First of all, congratulations on the game, Jadrian.
Thank you.
Thoughts on the game? Like, did it go the way that you thought it was going to go?
Yeah, I mean, anytime the team you're playing loses the quarterback right before the playoffs, that's tough for them. So for us, we were just going to control what we could control and try to be efficient and move the ball well on offense and try to limit them on defense. I think our defense played great, especially in the first half. Offensively, we moved the ball. Weren't able to score on the first possession, but then found a little bit of a rhythm and scored the next two. And our playmakers made plays. So offensive line blocked while Ethan gave guys a chance, and they went up and made some awesome acrobatic catches.
Yeah, I've got to say, Sam East, a bit of a standout today. 4 touchdowns. The fourth one probably not the way that he would have wanted it with the fumble recovery, but 4 touchdowns on the game. Is that something that you game planned in today, or was it just he was the hot hand?
Yeah, I think Sam is one of the most talented guys I've been around out here in the UK University system. And he's somebody I've almost felt bad for that hasn't gotten enough touches. So it's been nice today for him to get rewarded after practicing so hard and having flashes in practice for it to come to fruition in game time. Like you said, it screens, deep balls, intermediate routes, and then even a fumble recovery. That was pretty cool. So yeah, he's got it all.
It was, and we were saying that on commentary. You really mixed up the offensive play calling today. Like you say, lots of screens, lots of crossers, deep crossers, and short crossers and stuff like that. Ethan, we didn't see him in the second half. Was that a precautionary thing, or is that something that you had planned if you were up by a certain amount of points? Or
yeah, he'll be ready to go. Just precautionary, a little bit of a tweak on one of the hits, but it wasn't anything serious. He could have played if it was closer, but we were up by like 4 touchdowns, and maybe it was a little premature to pull him, but just wanted to be safe so that he's 100% for the championship.
I have to say, good luck in the final. Obviously, you've won one as a player here with the UWE Bullets. now going to try and win one as a coach. You've got a tall task in Durham, but good luck for the final, and I wish you all the best.
Yeah, it's a good place to be, being the underdog going into it, so I'm looking forward to it. Thanks, man.
No worries. Congratulations. Well done. Yep, so there we have it. UWE heading to the National Premiership final. Just closing remarks from us, myself and Craig. Thank you so much to the team here at CheersMate Productions. Thank you to TeamBuildr, EP Sports, PlayOverseas. We've loved having you this season, and we will see you on Tuesday for the National Premiership final. You have a very good evening.
Get industry ready. Get future ready.
It's having someone to support you, encourage you, and inspire you. That's mentorship done right. It's modern, industry standard kit.
Building skills.
Building confidence. That's facilities done right.
It's being relevant, having access, connections, and getting real experience. That's industry placements done right.
It's being inspired, given perspective and insight, and gaining a competitive edge. That's industry connections done right.
It's knowledge building, it's collaboration, it's practice, practice, practice. That's learning done right.
Get future ready. UWE Bristol, choose to do university right.
Hey, so I'm James, and I am the boss at Ship Theory.
So we are a global shipping software. We essentially help brands of all sizes ship across globally, from sort of DIY homeware brands to fashion brands. Because we're a Bristol-based company, we like to give back to the community, and we have quite a few very avid, keen squash players here at Ship Theory.
Me and Mike have always played loads of sports, and we didn't get those opportunities when we were kids, so it's really cool to be involved in sports at the grassroots level and try and build something up.
We've got access to go and watch them play, meet the players, meet the coaches. It's just nice to be part of something local where we grew up. Seeing like world-class players wearing our logo is just a really cool thing. Like, there's obviously brand awareness, but it's just an awesome thing to be part of.
It's been amazing exposure for us. We've got a lot of Bristol-based brands, like the breweries and coffee companies, and a range of them that already use Ship Theory that have actually come to us and started using Ship Theory off the back of this sponsorship. But also because of the athletes, it means that we've had new business come to us through those channels, which has just been incredible, you know?
Alright, so I'm Ryan Robinson. I'm from Vienna, Virginia originally. I'm getting my master's in business psychology here at UWE.
There's two different types of modules. You have the core modules, and this gives you the essential skills you need to be a business psychologist. So in this, we look at business psychology essentials. We look at lots of different topics from a psychological point of view. There's researching organisations, where we look at how we conduct psychology research in organisations. Business basics, which is understanding the business context in which we work as psychologists. And there's the dissertation module, where you work one-to-one with a supervisor to develop and deliver research projects and write that up.
I had a background in business through my undergrad. And I had taken a few courses about psychology, and I always found it really interesting. So I thought that the pairing between business and psychology was fascinating to me and was really appealing.
Inside the shout, Robinson open straight attack.
The opportunity to play sport. On top of that, the university here is beautiful. The business school is brand new. Bristol itself is a vibrant city, so those were my main reasons. My experience has been very good so far. I've had the chance to connect with some classmates, do some study sessions and things like that. It definitely took a small adjustment period for me. I think in the States, there was someone with me a lot more. Out here, it's kind of more on my own, which is good. There's a lot of readings, which is definitely a difference, but overall it's been good.
So it's a blended learning approach. So there's a combination of face-to-face elements. So these include day-long workshops and also online elements. In a lot of the modules, there'll be weekly online lectures which are pre-recorded and you can watch and engage with at any time you wish during the week. And there's core readings and some online activities for you to do as well.
Because it's a lot of self-study, I have a lot of time to get into the gym by myself, prepare for practice. I haven't found it too difficult to juggle the two. Getting a master's in business psychology opens up routes like consulting-based and HR management roles.
Do get in touch. I'm very happy to kind of meet up online, or if you have an email conversation, you've got any questions, do consider it. Also look at the Association for Business Psychology website, which will tell you a little bit more about business psychology as a discipline. But yeah, get in touch. We'd love to hear from you.
Come on.
Hey, what the fuck?
How's it going? My name is Jadrian Clark. I'm originally from Lakeland, Florida.
The MVP trophy of the European League of Football Championship game.
Jadrian, it's your trophy.
I've been playing for the UWE Bullets for the 2023 and 24 season, current MVP and reigning champion of the BUCS League. Dan Mayer, the head coach, reached out to me all the way back in 2019, and I came over to Bristol when Hillside facility here was just finished being built, and ran a camp for the guys here. And then ever since then, Coach Dan is just checking in with me regularly as I was playing professionally in Germany. And every year we just sort of talked about maybe possibly getting me to come over to do my master's, and this past season we finally were able to make it happen. Yeah, so the NBA is something that I had always dreamed of achieving one day, and the university here has a great program. I obviously have a passion for football, but also entrepreneurship, and I've learned a ton being in an NBA program. So the marketing system is different. The teaching style is a little bit different. It's a really cool system. They got great resources here at the university to support you in your academic endeavors, and it's great. Yeah, I think that's been one of the highlights, is being around so many people that are so passionate about the game, even though we're in a foreign country to the game. Coach Dan obviously was a good player back in the day, and now has done an unbelievable job building up this program. Coach Frankie, a former offensive lineman that played professionally as well, and does a great job of building camaraderie with the guys and makes it fun. Even some of our, volunteer coaches, sort of like Coach Ramon, an American guy that came over that now lives in Bristol. Yeah, it's been a really awesome time to be around guys that are passionate about the game, and they do it for the love and fun of it. Man, there's so many. That's a tough one. Obviously, I'm half Irish, with my dad being from Ireland, and we got a guy on the team who's from Ireland as well. Had sort of been a career backup here for a couple of years at the university. Been playing DB, moved over to receiver, and I really, started growing to like the guy. His name's Max, and in a game, where he hadn't got much playing time, we brought him in, and we ran a little double move, and he scored.